Pajamas.
Yes, it is a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Na'Vi versus NiP. This is going to be a best-of-3 game, and obviously between two of the best teams in the world, it seems right now.
At this event, anyways.
Well, maybe we're about to find out if Na'Vi can actually replicate that victory they had at SLTV Star Series. There it is, the opening kill of the Grand Finals. Forest gonna take down Guardian, definitely a good kill, but Edward immediately returning, and a really strong pistol player. So is Forest though, so it's hard to say how this is gonna turn out. Friberg goes down after getting a kill himself, and now it's a 3-on-3 with zeus dropping pretty low. And it's just an aim duel in the middle. Get right, charging out of Boiler Room. He's gonna go down, somehow xizt survives. He even makes it around the corner, and now they're gonna charge in towards the bomb site, taking another fight here, and it's gonna be all Forest, 1-on-3. He hasn't got the bomb, he's gonna have to try and go and pick it up. He's missing a lot of shots, and that just might get him killed. 5 HP in a 1-on-3 up in the apartments here.
Yeah, good start for Na'Vi here. I mean, couldn't really be better. Forest with 5 health, almost no chance for him to really come back and win this round for his team.
And not easy, is it?
Yeah.
Is there really anything he can actually do at this point?
Sure, both xizt and zeus are very low, so I mean, if he gets aim duels one at a time, sure, there's something. But I mean, if Na'Vi are smart, they don't challenge him. They just keep hiding and just attacking together, and in that scenario, Forest has no chance.
Yeah, it looked like zeus for a second was thinking about taking that aim duel, but he thought the better of it, and starix helps him out, and it's Na'Vi winning the first round here. On the CT side as well, has to be considered a pretty strong start. So let's see if it's going to continue that way, and if NiP are actually going to buy any armor and the infamous xizt 75s on the second round.
We'll see. I think NiP is going to go for the buy. They've been doing it all tournament long. I don't see it changing now.
No, and you are right, they will. But actually, look at this. Even Molotovs and a lot of smokes and grenades here, so they are ready to fight Na'Vi. Pretty aggressive move already. Edward being here in the middle, just shooting down, trying to see if he can maybe catch an early kill on somebody, and NiP all moving up towards Banana, trying to see if they can get into that B bomb site. With all the smokes they have and the Molotovs, a pretty good bet that might actually be a possibility here. As Na'Vi smartly smoking off NiP. This is going to be really hard for them, I think, to get in against, you know, the weapons on the other side.
We'll see. It's going to be a B attack, like you said, and oh, just at the right time, starix gets blinded. This could be dangerous if NiP gets set up in the site.
Might very well, at the very least, be a bomb plant here. Smokes are actually working very well. They almost killed the bomb plant, but the bomb does go down, and now it's a full 5-on-5 retake here. Already a pretty good success here for NiP. Now they just need to hold on to it, and there's only one kit on zeus, so if he dies in the wrong spot, that could actually have an impact on this round. But we'll see. Na'Vi's still trying to conjure up some sort of retake here. Forest gets a kill, Edward gets the return, and now the fight is on. They're going to try and run in, jumping down into yellow is xizt. starix trying to clear the back of the site, and it's actually going to be a 3-on-3 out there, stacked up in the corner. starix running in, and he gets them both down, and everybody from NiP dies, but the time has run out. Na'Vi are on the run, and NiP, they're going to get the second round.
Easy skins, easy life.
Exactly. Oh, that was an... I mean, it seemed to you like they took a long time getting into that bomb site?
Yeah, I mean, they did. And I mean, it's a bummer we can't hear the in-game sounds, so we never actually know how much time there's left on a bomb. So it's hard to know how close they were. Did they... I believe they had a kit, right?
They had one on zeus, and I'm not sure they ever really got him into position either. Oh, there's the in-game sound. Oh, and it's even going to be turned up a little bit, so now we have a chance. Maybe a little bit too loud in-game sound. Just turn down a little bit. There we go. All right, we're into the third round, and Na'Vi, in spite of losing that round, they actually go for buying up anyway. Do you agree with this kind of buy?
Yeah, they saved 3 weapons, right? So
yeah, they did. Oh, you're right. They just buy up armor on the pistols and the rest. You're absolutely right. Yeah, flashbangs and a Molotov as well on xizt, pretty safe there.
And NiP, by the way, has a really insane record in this tournament in both pistol rounds, and then if they lose the pistol, then the second round. Like, they must have like an insane record if you just combine those two. Like, how many times NiP has won? If not the pistol, then at least the second round.
They already get the kill on zeus, and there's Get Right taking down Guardian. Now a 5-on-3. And looking pretty damn good for the Dreamhack Summer Defending Champions. They did win last year as well. Forest takes down xizt, and up in the apartments. Get Right finally goes down to Edward. It might be a little bit too late for that. Now 2-on-4, and they're rushing towards that A bomb site where there's really nobody defending it right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be another round for NiP.
Na'Vi, if they're lucky, they get to save the one. It looks like they're going to save the one rifle, but that's pretty much it. So I don't know, if we bring up the scoreboard, what's the economy like for Na'Vi right now? It's not looking very good, so it's going to be an eco for them, no doubt.
That it is. We'll see if Na'Vi are actually able to save these guns, because NiP are, well, running away. Yeah, they are going to be able to save these guns.
Yeah.
Though starix only has a CZ75. Edward has an M4 A1 and an armor, so...
Now, I'm not saying that it's very likely it'll ever happen, but because he has armor and the one kit, I sort of wish starix would just go for like a ninja defuse. Like they'd boost him up inside the bomb site and try and make it work. Just because it's the only time that's even remotely happened was that one time when Dupree actually did the ninja defuse on Nuke during the frag fight.
You know the problem with ninja defuses in CS:GO, it's that the bomb radius is just so random. Like there's so many places you can be in big pit looking at the bomb explode and not explode. So I mean that's just the problem.
Yeah, people don't have much of an incentive to run far away. Yeah, that might be a problem. They actually... Oh, did they pick up a rifle at the end? I think starix must have saved the rifle right at the end, so that's a big change. We're going to go and try and peek in here. friberg gets overrun. xizt75 once again in action. zeus picks up the first kill.
Nicely timed peek there by Na'Vi with two people running out at the same time. friberg never had a chance there, despite having a better gun.
Yeah. Double team him. That's the plan. That actually forces NiP, well... You know, they sort of walk up the middle and they run into a few smokes, and now they're going to go back towards Banana. They spot a person and get spotted themselves. So now, Na'Vi have some decent information about what's going on right now.
That they do. NiP are, though, moving up here. Na'Vi on the rotation, actually. Look at that. Na'Vi is going to have 4 people in the B bomb site if NiP delays just a tiny bit more. This could be really dangerous for the Swedes.
They're essentially walking into a death trap, and there's not that much time left either. Just 30 seconds on the clock, so they need to make up their minds right now. They have made up their minds. They're going to go for the B bomb site. xizt is ready with an AK in the Guardian hiding there. xizt gets the one. He's going to try and fall back. There you go. Oh, run him. That's very nicely done. Forrest and Get Right with the kills. fifflaren looking for one more, trying to see if he can take down zeus, who's actually going to run away. So 3 on 3, but it should be NiP having the advantage here.
Yeah, Na'Vi actually started second-guessing themselves. They were already on the rotation to B, and then 2 of their players just started going back to A. So had they just full gone for it, they might have had a chance there. Or if xizt just got one more kill.
And now Na'Vi just gunning from a distance, looking to get the kills, but they're not really committing to this retake, and I can't really blame them for it.
No, they should be saving these weapons, or just trying to get some exit kills as starix is doing here. Let's see. Can't connect.
Oh, Get Right landing some good headshots, though. Edward will return, should get a second one, but actually takes a little bit too long. Get Right, he might still die to the bomb if he's not fast at running away. And fifflaren, oh, there's Get Right dying. fifflaren, look how closely he's hiding. That's what we're just talking about. Riding construction.
And I wonder if Edward got the kill on fifflaren or vice versa there at the end. We heard some gunfire, but not really sure what happened.
Yeah. No kill happening at the end. All right. So far, it's a pretty good start to the game here for NiP, who previously in the tournament said they've been not feeling too confident in Inferno. So to get a good start like this has to mean a lot to them. That sort of supports the 2-0 idea we've been talking about.
Yeah.
AKs all around for NiP. xizt is going to pick up the opening kill. He gets down those starix with the immediate return. So pretty nice teamwork. But then there's Forrest. It's just a back and forth all across the map. They're dueling it out here, and it's pretty much uncoordinated. But now there's finally some teamwork coming in here for NiP. Jumping down into the pit. They're going to go for the A bomb site, and there's only a single person defending, and he's actually smartly walking up into the apartments. This is Edward. This could be a strong play from Edward.
It could, but we'll see. I mean, it's a tough spot to get out. A nice shot on Forrest. Still, 2 NiP players in good spots here, especially Get Right. You're best closer in the game. See what happens.
fifflaren waiting here, smartly done. Going to take down starix. Now goes for the second. Takes down Edward now. A 1-on-1 versus zeus. And actually, the bomb is planted not in a good position for fifflaren here. He's going to have to try and run in. zeus isn't faking it. He's going for it. fifflaren has to move. zeus is in the corner. The bomb is defused. He kills fifflaren as well. And that's some bravery on zeus's part there. Nicely done.
Yeah, this is good job by zeus there. I mean, bit of a mistake by fifflaren. There might have been a miscommunication, but wasn't he the one who planted the bomb? Because Get Right was actually in the big pit, and fifflaren was in the site, so that actually makes it a bit of a bigger mistake on his part. Nice kills here, but he really couldn't allow himself, or shouldn't have allowed himself to go as far back as the boiler room.
I'm wondering if they planted like that because they felt pressured initially, because they actually had the bomb site when they put the bomb down, so they would have had time to do the normal plant. Maybe a little bit of a misplay from NiP then.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. It's the best way to make mistakes. Get Right taking on a lot of damage. Goes down at the hands of zeus. Gets the second kill there in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Edward gets a kill. And all of a sudden, it looks like he might get a tight score here. Guardian just saves his teammate in lane.
That's a very good timing here from Na'Vi, and they're really good at just trading kills. Even one dies, there's another one to pick it up, and xizt will pick up the final kill. So they are going to tie it, you're right. It's 3-3 moving into the 7th round, and looking really good.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, the only round that that NiP won that gave him those 2 ecos was actually the one where they actually all got taken out, but Na'Vi just couldn't get to the defuse on time.
Oh, you're right.
So, like, conceivably, this could be 6-0 for Na'Vi even.
Yeah, that's a good point to make, especially if we just think about how the rest of this half is gonna unfold. Because obviously, if it finishes 12-3, that's not gonna be enough for NiP. No doubt about that. And xizt opening up. There is an eco round from NiP. Still good to get that early kill.
Edward playing very aggressive in middle.
All right. I mean, Na'Vi aren't playing at all like they're scared of NiP. I mean, can we say that much at least? And that's pretty a really good sign for them.
Well, I mean, we already knew they weren't going to be, because they were going to be one of those teams. It's just the CIS teams. They just have that mentality. They're not scared of anybody.
Don't forget.
And unlike a lot of other teams, they actually mean it too. Edward takes on a lot of damage. You're not going to be able to get that kill. And this could be dangerous for Na'Vi now.
zeus goes down. Bomb is going to be planted. Almost a 3-on-3 as Fifflaren's on 4 HP. Forest is going to go down. And now it is looking very dangerous. AWP on Guardian. And I'm not sure if they can actually retake this bomb site that easily. There's no grenades on NiP, but Fifflaren picking up yet a kill here. And it's going to be down to a 2-on-3. starix left and xizt is left. And they're really trying for it, but they're running out of time. Even with the kits, they've got to make a move pretty soon. There's one dead, and Get Right controls the spray, takes down starix, and wins the round for NiP. So that was a bit of a throwaway from Na'Vi.
Yeah, they played over-aggressive there in lane. And I actually have no idea how zeus died. He was the key member in that round. I have no idea how he got taken out by a Glock by Get Right. So, big mistake on Navi's part there.
Going to move us into the 8th round. Fifflaren has actually picked up and saved the AWP, so he's really serious about this. And they did this earlier as well. So maybe he's feeling confident right now. Good grenade. Actually, no, that wasn't a good grenade. I was going to say it looked like it landed right on top of him, but not quite enough.
No, and Edward has pushed aggressively in the apartments. Can't connect, falls back far. Fifflaren actually has kept the op, by the way, from the previous round, so it's an interesting choice.
It makes me wonder, you know, Edward, he spotted one, fell back. I'm wondering if Angel had been there, if he would have fallen back, or if he would have probably just peeked another 7 times until he either died or got the kill.
No, I think Angel peeks until he dies. And if there's no one there, he pushes forward until he gets to peek. That's how he's programmed to do.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, it's actually pretty impressive because he must feel confident in it. We'll have to get some stats to see how often that actually works. Flash on over. Are they going to peek behind the flash? They're certainly ready for it, but actually they just set up here, so just a bit of a tester maybe. Time now, still about 30-some seconds left on the clock, and NiP are going to have to make a move into the B bomb site. And now, well, the game is on. They're ready for it. friberg leading the charge. He gets actually team flashed, I think, and he can't see a thing. Forest and xizt, though, they pick up the kills, and Na'Vi, they lose the bomb site, and now this retake is going to be very tough.
It's going to be next to impossible without something crazy happening. Guardian deals a lot of damage there through the smoke, but can't get a kill. Edward and zeus are actually already saving their weapons, so it's going to be another round for NiP.
This seems like one of those rounds that is really, really hard to account for, where, you know, obviously, Na'Vi, they had a pretty good setup. They had the smoke up. Everything seems to be running pretty well. Was it just a flashbang that settled that round?
I think so. And just, you know, sometimes you just hit that shot. So sometimes the terrorist going in gets a kill that you maybe shouldn't have gotten. That happened a lot with Guardian in the, what was it, the semifinal?
Yeah.
I think. He's able to get a lot of no, actually the quarterfinal against Virtus Pro. He's able to get a lot of entry kills going into B on Inferno. So sometimes you just have it easy.
Well,
easy skins, easy life.
Easy skins.
That's the best poster ever for a Counter-Strike tournament. There's never been a better one.
Big shout out to the guy in the audience who managed to get that poster, and we should get more shots of that. Very nicely done. So, well, we're moving into the 9th round, and still looking, I mean, pretty good for NiP considering, considering their early performances. And now they've got to be careful. If they lose these guns, they probably won't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, when we look at the scoreboard, it's actually been Guardian now who's been dropping the ball a little bit. I mean, he wasn't able to get a kill on that eco round that they lost. He wasn't able to get a kill on the second round, I think.
Yeah.
And, you know, he really hasn't been the Guardian
No.
we grew accustomed to after the first Flipside game. And if Guardian plays like he did in the Flipside loss, then Na'Vi are not going to be winning this series. There's no chance. So he's going to have to step up a little bit.
He has, luckily, a best of 3 to try and do it in, but obviously you don't want to throw away the first map that you were probably hoping to win.
Yeah.
So
I mean, of course, the M4 is not his strongest suit, so he needs to get on that up, and he's a better AK player than he's a Cole player, so I mean, there's still some hope there.
flashbang once again from Na'Vi inside the bomb site, and xizt really patient here. He's just waiting for Na'Vi to come and peek, and it's a pretty dangerous game to play because the clock is running down, so if Na'Vi have more smokes, but they actually don't, so by the
But
time
Na'Vi
they
have
push in...
3 people already rotated into B.
Yeah, you're right. friberg again flashed, I think, by his own team, but Guardian will take him down. He dies immediately afterwards. xizt spraying through, but it will be fifflaren picking up that kill, and another really great entrance to the bomb site. fifflaren picks up an orb, he goes for one shot, C75 is out, and that will be enough to take down zeus. Edward and xizt are left, and they're finally going to pick up a kill. It's not too late for Na'Vi to actually come back and retake this bomb site, but they gotta move quickly. They don't have a kit picked up, so it's now or never. They gotta commit or fall back.
I think they gotta fall back at this point. I mean, there's just no time left.
Yeah.
And they finally realize it too. They start running away, and it looks like they are going to be able to save these weapons too. So, I mean, these last 2 rounds now, Na'Vi have actually had 3 people at B, I think, by the time NiP actually hits the bomb site. I think it also almost happened on that save round. But the problem is, they usually always tend to have one player stuck in construction, just completely unable to help. And by the time he gets to the bomb site side of it, NiP has already smoked that off, so he's completely useless. Now, basically what they're not doing is how they were playing earlier on against Virtus Pro, where starix would always be peeking the CT spawn side, and he would just always be waiting behind the smoke and getting those kills as NiP's entering the site. Because once they're into that site, you just can't stop him, it seems.
Well, it also feels like Na'Vi have had a lot of rounds so far where they've been actually just saving a lot of rifles. Is that a sign that they're actually just not committing enough to these retakes and falling back too quickly?
No, it's a sign of them not having enough gear to win those retakes, and it's being in unfavorable spots. I mean, the times they've saved, there really was no chance they were going to win those rounds, so they really needed to save. It would have been a different story if they went for a save in that 2v3 in the A site on that save round loss.
All right, then. But once again, Na'Vi with a buy where they actually can't equip the Guardian with an AWP. We'll see if that's going to be a problem. xizt with a good opening kill. Takes down Forest, and that's exactly the sort of stuff that Na'Vi need right now, because they actually have to bring it back and start winning a lot of rounds in a row here.
Yeah. And xizt down to very low health. Just 10 health points left on him. But Get Right, nice kill on Edward there.
zeus with a good return, but it is still a pretty good kill. Guardian in the corner here has to try and see if he can find a shot. He will take down fifflaren. That's a 2-on-4 here. xizt very low. It looks like a Na'Vi round.
Yeah, but if friberg can get a couple entries, this round can turn around very quickly. I mean, we saw what friberg did on the deciding round against Hellraiser, so it's all on him now for this one.
In the back of side, actually, there's one guy hiding, so they got to get rid of him first. They have the smoke to cover up so they can safely cross. friberg checking absolutely everywhere, and looking the wrong way right now. starix gets the 1 kill, so now it's all on friberg, and he's going to go down. Well played, starix, defending against that. Also just preventing NiP from even putting the bomb down.
An important round win for Na'Vi in the sense also that only one of their players died, and that's going to be helpful for their economy. I mean, even that buy round for Na'Vi wasn't a proper buy round. They constantly keep saving, so all their buys are sort of desperation buys in a way.
Quick smoke there to the bottom of Banana, trying to prevent NiP from taking control, and now they're going to push behind it. They have a Molotov as well, but NiP throwing another one, so it's a complete bombardment here at Banana from both sides. friberg shooting while flashed, can't see a thing. More grenades. They actually do good damage to NiP, but now friberg ready to be unleashed. He's going to go down though. xizt will get the kill on starix, and xizt picks up another one. So it's Na'Vi coming out of that pretty chaotic battle over on Banana.
And it's actually surprising Na'Vi took this long to play aggressive in Banana, because that's what they were doing earlier quite a bit.
You're right.
So that's probably an adjustment, because they probably know that NiP was watching their demos, and friberg obviously pointed that out as well. So they did not want to do something that NiP would be able to counter early on. Now they realize their B defense is not working, and they went for the push, and it seems to pay off.
Yeah, And if I think if Na'Vi can finish up 9-6 here, they're going to be really happy. But many more rounds in favor of NiP, that's going to be a big problem for the CIS team. Get right, jumps in pit, going to get the 1 kill. Guardian running out of bullets, he's going to go down. zeus will pick up a kill, but this is a 2-on-2 now. And actually, Na'Vi have the health advantage and no bomb plant, so they have time to rotate into pretty good positions. NiP, they're locked inside the bomb site, but zeus will get the first kill now. Just one person left, fifflaren in a 1-on-1. xizt picks out, fifflaren still alive. He's trying to buy time, trying to run away, and xizt is not committing to it yet. He's got no more grenades, just the M4. He's looking for fifflaren, and now he knows exactly where he is. That grenade won't do anything except reveal his position. And xizt patiently waiting, but that clock's working against him. fifflaren trying to juke. xizt running up now. It's going to be close, and he gets the kill, and there is enough time this time to actually get the defuse. So that's a very good win for xizt.
Yeah, that was a very poor grenade by fifflaren. And he really must have thought that xizt was low from somebody else, because that was the only way that nade made any sense.
Yeah.
Because like you said, he just gave up his position, and after that it was easy for xizt to just keep waiting around because there was so much time left on the clock.
There it is. Very nearly happened in that round, but I mean, it is another round that's so close that it obviously digs deep into Na'Vi's economy, which also means that if they start losing many more rounds, they might eco again. But crucially,
look at this aggression from Edward. Oh, and he misses. That's a crucial mistake by Edward. He really should have been able to get that kill.
Yeah, without even taking any damage, it seemed like.
But look at Get right here. He might be able to get a kill here as he sneaks up.
Did Guardian spot him? I don't think he did. He's walking into certain death and even pre-fired by Get Right. I'm wondering if he saw the shadow or if he just saw him jumping up. But very nicely done.
Poor rotation there. Once again by Na'Vi, just not understanding NiP could already be there. He's now gotta get a kill. Not gonna happen, and this is gonna be another round for NiP.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, you're questioning, it seems like Na'Vi are, they're just looking for extra kills, I think. I hope they're not going to commit to this, because that would be another situation where they'd just be throwing away 2 rifles.
Well, it looks like they are going to throw away 1 rifle anyways. But starix should be heading, yeah, he's going to be heading towards the CT spawn to save this weapon. Kills a chicken on the way.
So in the B-bomb side, some of the takes NiP have had, we've sort of highlighted that there were some really good flashbangs involved. This time in the pit, I mean, that flashbang lasted for so long that there was actually no chance he could have done anything, that pit player.
Yeah, I mean, once Guardian was taken out and Edward was also taken out, there's enough manpower for Na'Vi to really win that round. There's no way they were going to defend the A-bomb side with just 2 players there. Their trouble started with Edward missing that first shot, because that was a kill he should have gotten. Yeah. He would have gotten 9 times out of 10. Missed it this once, and that forced Guardian to stay there way further, and his rotation to apartment was late. And here's Edward just missing that shot, and that's just a terrible mistake.
Yeah, that would have given NiP so much control. They would have been able to check Banana and see that nobody was there, and they would have known where the rest of NiP was. Yeah. So. Yeah, that really hurts, and something that Na'Vi just can't afford at this point. We're 13 rounds into the first half of the first map here, and it's 7-5 in favor of NiP on the less favored side. That has to mean something.
Yeah, though I guess in T side is probably actually better for NiP. So we don't actually know. In this particular matchup, it may be that both teams will have stronger T sides.
Right now, starix and xizt are the only 2 people who have any kind of rifles, and that's a really good peek from Forest. Clean work.
Gets out with 80 health. fifflaren also getting a kill there.
And then quickly falling back, getting a teammate to repick. So they're rotating people in to make sure that nobody gets too low, maybe. 5-on-3, and I mean, realistically, should they save these last 2 rifles once again?
It depends on the next kill. I mean, you still want to go for kill because it's only a 3v5. You might be able to get 1 surprise kill or just surprise 2 people, spray someone down. I wouldn't save it a 3v5 without NiP committed to a bomb site, but it's getting there. I would have stacked 1 bomb site, say like everybody in B, and just hope for the best. Now they're too scattered to win this round, I think.
Get right. We'll pick up another one, and well, that leaves 1 guy in B. He's going to go down as well. Get right on the hunt, gets a double. xizt returns a single one, but now they're probably going to be hunting him down. Actually, he picks up a great double here. Another headshot, and that will be the absolute end. xizt will take him down. And I mean, NiP, they're not really too scared of throwing away rifles at this point. They must have some sort of economy going on here to just basically hunt him down.
NiP has tons of money, and you know, the problem for Na'Vi, I think, so far this half, has been that they keep force buying every single round. Even that round, you saw they have 3 CZ75s. I think it's just like the second round in this half that Guardian is going to have his op, and that just speaks to how little money they've had throughout this first half.
Yeah, not at all a pleasant idea. And actually, you know, just to pick up on that point with Guardians AWP, there's another team that we used to see a lot on Inferno having this kind of issue, or just really any map, which is you know, former Clan Mystic with Kenny S in the lineup. Whenever he would basically run out of money, you'd have a Kenny left that would just maybe not be able to fulfill his role properly. So Get Right opens up nicely with a kill on Edward, and it's going to be once again NiP with the opening kill, and now they just charge in towards Quad, doing a lot of damage to Zeus. He's almost down. Get Right down to the pit. friberg going to pick up the one on Zeus, and they have the bomb site. NiP looking to take this 14th round with style.
And Na'Vi just have no chance here so far. I mean, NiP are just running over their defense currently. It's going to be 9-5, and something's going to change for Na'Vi to have a chance. I'll say that.
Oh, I mean, I would want to say that they should try and push a little bit more aggressively, because it feels like when they're holding very passively and just covering angles, it seems like someone like Forrest is just able to peek out, take a quick headshot, and that ruins everything. But then the one round where they did push aggressively with Edward, that also didn't work. I mean, what's left in Na'Vi's arsenal here to a try? I mean, it's going to be the 15th round coming up next, so they'll have one more try.
Yep, Guardian able to save that up for the final round. Probably going to be doing something with it. Bit of an unlucky call previous round, so Guardian trying to push towards the car in Banana. Obviously, they got Molotov'd out, is forced to fall back, and then no one came there the whole round. So it must have been a frustrating half for Guardian so far.
Yeah, I would definitely imagine so. Bring up the scoreboard real quick. I'm wondering where he's at. Yeah, so 3, 4, and 10. Definitely very frustrating. In the middle, immediately dink down to 2 HP. More frustration coming his way.
Yeah, and I mean, Guardian really should have been more scared and just played it safer. Like he really didn't need to jump there. Edward misses a shot. Edward having Get Right with a nice 180 turnaround headshot.
You must be joking. He survives on 3 HP. I mean, I think Edward should have probably picked up that kill either way. But once again, just like down middle, just working for Na'Vi. NiP, they're making their own luck here. Seized. Oh, that's a great double. Max 7 action coming out on Banana, but still a 3-on-3.
Get Right with very low health, so it's possible Na'Vi may be able to win this. And that would actually be a big difference if they're able to win this final round, because then winning the pistol round would already tie the game without a last save round. So one round can make a big difference, but it's not looking good despite Get Right's low health.
Definitely not. Na'Vi don't have a kit, so if the bomb goes down, and it will go down, that means now the clock's heavily in favor of NiP, though. Good kill from starix. Guardian goes down to a grenade. fifflaren just has to buy time, wait for a Get Right to get in a good position here. Spots one, does damage as Get Right, fifflaren with the headshot, and now it's on Zeus. And obviously there'll be no saving this round. He has to go for it. fifflaren's already got the 2. He's looking for the 3rd one, and right around the corner, he's going to get the headshot.
That was just a poor retake from Na'Vi. I mean, Zeus was just super far away with the other player charging into the site. So, I mean, that was just poor teamwork there at the end. Great play by NiP, no question about it. I mean, 10-5 to terrorist side half. Though, I actually do think Na'Vi still have a small chance that we see fifflaren's 2 headshots there at the end. I do think Na'Vi are not out of it. If they get the pistol round, there's always a chance to grind out a bunch of rounds on T side. And we've already seen NiP struggle on the CT side of Inferno. They got 4 rounds against Hellraisers. I think they got 4 or 5, I think 5 rounds against SK in the Swedish Championship. So they're not the strongest counter-terrorist team, but they are favored right now to win this first map.
Well, we're about to find out. Already the pistol round is live, and Get Right again with the dual elites. Some grenades here on Na'Vi's side. That's a good shot on fifflaren. Down to 7 HP, and NiP gonna fall back into the bomb site. They have had enough already of Na'Vi's action in the middle.
Very passive setup for NiP, playing really far back. They don't want to get picked off early on, especially after fifflaren took on so much damage. And looks like the push is going to come here on the CT arch side. See if they're going to go towards spawn.
xizt, man, that was very close to him hitting a headshot right through the smoke. Looked like he was tracing him then. He's in the library or kitchen area now, just waiting, and he's going to peek right then. Great headshot. Edward goes down. Zeus is going to take down, but look at this. Get Right, he's hiding in the corner. If they don't check this, it's gonna be devastating.
Looks like they're actually gonna be falling back. So Get Right waited too long. He wasted his opportunity there.
Now Zeus is having a weird angle where nobody's actually hitting much of anything, though he's gonna get xizt to help him out. friberg comes in, gets the 1, goes for more. He's out of bullets, though. He's gonna have to fall back and wait for backup. It's a 2-on-3 still inside the side. There's friberg picking up a headshot now. Guardian has to get this round. He didn't do much in the first half, but this is his chance to basically bring it back for his team. He puts down the bomb. Now a 1-on-2 for him. He comes out, but no! Get Right steals it. Dual elites, they reign supreme. 2 pistols are better than 1. That's going to be it.
Once again, xizt the best player for Navi by far on Inferno. He's really had a good tournament once more, like he did at SLTV, where he was also considered by many the MVP of the tournament. Edward probably shouldn't have peeked there, and I mean this is just a really nice shot here from friberg after reloading. It's a really nice one tap on the head of xizt, and what can I say? Navi's is being outgunned.
It really feels like it. And I was about to say earlier that, you know, the one thing that could happen for NiP in the second half that could really sort of mess them up is the same thing that happens to Navi, is if they run into that ugly spiral where they keep saving a little bit and half buying and everything else like that. But with this kind of start, you know, their economy is going to be much better.
Yeah, it works a lot better on the T side, but this round is key, and that's going to be a very good nade by xizt.
Oh, we're right. Edward down to 54. Not the kind of start that Navi were looking for. They've actually got a Galil and an AK here already. Picked up pretty early, and some armor as well to support with.
Let's see if Edward can connect here. He's going to be peeked by xizt any second from library.
I think he actually just saw the shoulder there, so he's going to smoke it off so he can focus just on Pit here. fifflaren with a kill, xizt with another one, and this is working out so well for NiP.
Yeah, I mean, Navi are just having no success with their continuous buys.
No, this is a really one-sided story so far. I mean, it's not been that much that's really been working for Navi. And this is one of the maps that NiP said they felt the weakest on maybe during this tournament. They felt like they've made some mistakes. Not right now, it seems.
Not right now, no. And Forrest gets a kill here, still stays alive. It's going to be another easy round for NiP. None of their players die. And also something to point out is this is actually Navi's map pick.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And going off of the rest of the tournament for NiP, we would assume that would have been a pretty solid pick. And then you'd have to play Train, and then you could maybe, you know, decide it on Dust. I can see the thinking going into this from Navi's point of view. I think maybe they're as surprised as we are that NiP are actually playing this well.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of close rounds in the first half, including the second round that completely changed how the half turned out. Because of Navi not getting the defuse after killing everybody from NiP. So I think the game has been closer than the score suggests, but at the same time, NiP are still just clearly better so far. Yeah. I think the problem with Navi is they're just playing they're just making more wrong decisions in terms of calling, because it's a risky buys that really haven't been working for them. I feel like they would have had more success if they would have just patiently saved and gone for full weapon rounds.
Had more than 2 or 3 AWP rounds for Guardian, for instance.
Yeah.
2 or 3 out of 15. I think one of them was one-way save, so they basically only bought 2 AWPs, I think, during the first 15 rounds. fifflaren picks up a good kill there. starix goes down, but obviously it's an eco round from Navi, so it's very likely going to be 13-5 here, which feels like too much for Navi to really bring it back from. Get cleaned up in the middle, and the scoreboard reveals that NiP actually has a really good economy building up already early on in the second half.
They definitely are. I mean, they've had, what, like 0 or 1 death in these 2 save rounds.
And look at that, almost completely sold out inside the arena. I think actually some of the middle seats up top there are sort of blocked off because the projector is going to get blocked otherwise. So, yeah, some really good turnout here for Counter-Strike. 13-5 is the score. We're into the 19th round, and xizt is going to run into 2 people. He gets only the 1, but Edward's there to pick it up. friberg barreling down. Oh, friberg picks up a triple. Gerright's going to take down zeus. But that is a pretty mean and devastating round already here. I mean, I think everyone remembers what happened at the end of the Hellraisers game, so friberg showing that he's still got it a little bit, and that's going to be the final kill. Forrest with a headshot, and well, Navi, that was the round they had banked a lot on. They were ready, they had the rifles, but it was nowhere near enough.
No, I mean, that push by NiP just perfectly countered what Navi were doing, and friberg able to get those 3 kills just completely closed the round before it really even started.
14-5, and it's back to eco for Navi. It feels like this map is already over. There's an auto sniper on xizt as well. They just have so much firepower on the CT side.
They really do. xizt looking for his second kill here. Gonna get it as well. Probably gonna go for more. Just waiting for that head to peek.
Guardian really wants the 1 deke. If nothing else, he'd like that to have a little bit of a show moment of his own. They're just battling it out in the middle. NiP not really all that worried, and I don't think they should be. Shooting him in the legs Takes a little longer, but it's still pretty effective with the auto sniper. And now, is he going to guess the right angle? He walks right into it, and it will be Richard Landstrom picking up a quad kill here in an anti-eco round. Guardian alone, looking for that final deal headshot if he can get it, but he won't get it. friberg takes him down, and it's map point for NiP.
Yeah, NiP is just dominant so far in this game. I mean, Navi had their rounds in the first half, but the second half, they just had nothing going for them since that pistol round, which admittedly was fairly close. And came down to also friberg's nice headshots there. So,
do you think we're going to have maybe a slightly longer break between the two maps here then? Just because Guardian, like Navi might actually need a bit of a break to recover from this kind of beating?
I think that depends on the tournament atlas, doesn't it?
I guess so, if they allow it.
I would assume Navi don't get to decide, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Forest could have got an easy kill there on Guardian. Look very close now. He's just going to Molotov off towards Boiler Room. friberg takes down Guardian, and now 2-on-3. Remember, guys, this is only the first map in the grand finals, but the way it's looking right now, NiP, they might be able to hold on to the last Dreamhack summer trophy that they got last year, beating Epsilon then. This time it's not another Swedish team, but they seem to be doing quite well here.
That they are, and they're in a very favorable spot here, 3v2.
starix
put this first map away. Edward and starix, last two terrorists left. Edward gets a kill on friberg, makes it a 2v2 now.
Yeah, they got the bomb down eventually. A little bit of a fake there from starix. Now they're pushing in simultaneously, and that will be it. Forest picks up a double, and NiP, they win Inferno 16-5 against Navi.
Guardian just invisible. I'm not even sure if he was on the server. Finished with 3-17 in the first map, so I mean, I think he really is, in a way, I mean, he's the carry player of Navi, like Thorin put it. He's the carry player. So if your carry player gets three kills in 21 rounds, how are you supposed to win?
It's like having Epsilon with xizt performing at the level that he has been, for some of this tournament. It just doesn't work that well.
Yeah, I mean, I thought obviously the person you would have said had to perform on the Navi side, and that first half was shocking. I mean, there was a point in that game where I think like 7 rounds had passed and he had like 1 kill or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is not at all what we expected from Guardian. If we're going to have a competitive match here, a match Navi can win, and I'd say the same thing in the next match, which is going to be on Train, like, I think he has to go crazy. Because actually, when I was thinking back over the past matches of these two teams, trying to figure out, like, okay, how can we hype it that Navi's going to win on Train here? Even when Navi had that flawless run, you remember almost every map they had at Starladder was them just crushing people. Well, actually, one of the games there was on Train against NiP, and it was a narrow overtime victory. That was Navi at their best. That was Guardian on fire on all cylinders, everything going right, home field advantage, supposedly the arena where NiP doesn't play that well. After seeing what I saw here, I'm convinced it's going to be 2-0 now. I can't see how they couldn't stop them there on Terrorist side. I don't see how they stopped them on Train.
I agree.
It seems like everybody on NiP are really just carrying their weight right now. Looking at the scoreboard there at the end of the map, I mean, it was just consistent across the board. Everybody in the double-digit kills. Everybody really having their moments in the spotlight where they were able to get those, those double, triple round clutches, and everything along those lines really just seemed to just go towards NiP. Just dominating, as we all saw right there. Never really seemed like Navi were able to show up and show anything that we saw throughout this entire playoff bracket, because we can't forget that Navi, it's not like they got an easy walk in. They had to take out VP to get here as well. Epsilon perhaps, but still, they had to go through VP in the quarterfinals to be able to get into these grand finals, and VP was definitely a favorite to make it here to the top. And
NiP really just does look unbeatable when they win both pistols, or one pistol and the save round right after the second pistol. I mean, no one's gotten even close to beating them when they do that. So, well, actually, Hellraiser's somewhat close on the second map, but you've got to wonder if they sort of started playing at 80% towards the end where they had that huge lead. But I really think to beat NiP, you at least got to win one pistol, and you cannot afford to lose one of the coming rounds after.
Yeah.
Actually, to give someone some props in that game, I joked that fifflaren obviously wouldn't be my MVP pick. He made some key mistakes there in some 1v1s, 1v2s. So you'd look at that and see the mistakes. But actually, his fragging was really solid in that game. The number of rounds where he got 1 or 2 kills. And it wasn't like everyone was rushing in and he just killed someone in the back. He was taking aim duels and winning them at mid. Their mid control was exceptional on T-side that round.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen them that good on T side. They were just totally clinical.
Yeah.
It also just seemed like, I mean, some stuff simply broke down for Na'Vi at one point in the game, and maybe, you know, that special moment when Ed was rushing up and he doesn't get the kill, and then later again when he had the Max 7 in the boiler room, once stuff like that starts to happen, you gotta wonder if it's, you know, you can say it's bad luck for a while, but at the same time, it's also maybe just frustration coming out from some of the Na'Vi players, and they start making more mistakes than they normally would, and obviously that feeds into that cycle in the long run. So now we have a little bit of a break. We're going to be on train. How much of a good start does Na'Vi actually need to have before they can break that cycle and maybe force NiP to make some forced errors here?
A pistol, the second round NiP buy, that's always going to come, and then the save round that follows winning that second round. That's what Na'Vi need. They need that 3-0 lead and that 3-round cushion and some extra money.
Well, here's some bad news if you're a Na'Vi fan. You're thinking to yourself, okay, it's train. Historically, really streaky CT side. Just get the pistol CT side, start rolling, start getting 8, 9, 10 rounds. We're back in the game. Like, last time I remember NiP playing a really good train was actually the one that they played against Virtus Pro in the first game of the Copenhagen Games final. And even though they did really badly on their CT side, they then got something ridiculous, like 10 rounds on T side, which shouldn't even happen. So actually, before this tournament, I looked up the stats, because I was thinking one of the reasons why I think NiP don't like train as much now is because it's not as CT-sided as we imagined, because we're thinking of the early CSGO days, because so many teams ban it. Very games never play it. So many teams, I think, anyway.
This is an older version of the map as well.
Yeah.
And so the key thing is, I looked up on the stats on HLTV.org, and actually there's something ridiculous, like overall, NiP wins like 40% of the T rounds on that map, or something insane like that, which is like, that's way above and beyond what you think of the stereotype of that map. So actually, again, they're an incredibly dangerous team on the T side.
How recent are those sets? Are those for the latest version?
This
the latest
version, yeah.
Okay, cool. Because that's the one thing that we actually we've been seeing this shift now to more and more T sides, and this is across the board with all the different teams out there. They are consistently getting more and more rounds on the T side. So NiP, NiP, it really seems like they're a team that's capable, regardless of map, to just start taking a crazy amount of rounds on that T side, regardless of how their first half went. So it really seems like Na'Vi, they need to get that pistol. I think Lurrpis is hitting it right here, where it's just like this pistol round is where Na'Vi need to make a stand. They just have to be like, we are going to shut you down. We can go toe-to-toe with you. It's not going to go down to a 1v1 sort of clutch situation and all of a sudden fifflaren comes out of nowhere and gets it. No, this is going to be all around, and they have to start it right from there.
I also feel like on a map like Train, you could bank on putting Guardian out in the A courtyard and just having him out everybody who comes out there. But that doesn't seem like a very sort of, a nice strategy to have right now, considering what we've just seen on Inferno. So then you have to wonder, what I would then ask for Na'Vi to do basically is to have a style where they then throw in some aggression, try and get more map control. You can push up Ivy, you could even, could push up towards the B hallways, try and see where the players actually are. And if you're a good team, even if you just spot one person or if you spot nobody, that still tells you a lot about what's actually happening on the map. But it seems like Na'Vi were very reluctant to do that once they were on the CT side of Inferno. They were playing very passively.
One thing, and Lurrpis did mention this several times throughout the cast, is the fact that Na'Vi never really had any of that money. Again, losing pistol rounds, losing those follow-up rounds, these sorts of things, just meant that Na'Vi were always on the rocks. They never had enough money to be able to invest and start playing aggressive, because it kind of comes natural. You start playing aggressive once you have some money where you're like, okay, well, actually, we can afford to buy a rifle next round if you die. Sort of things like that. Whereas this time around, I think it was like Guardian had his op twice in the CT side. They just never had the money to get him that sniper rifle so that he could have that impact on the game that was necessary for him.
Yeah.
The problem really is that Na'Vi actually played it smart in the sense that once they had saved those weapons, it made sense to go for those force buys that forced them on a weak money situation instead of saving.
Sure.
It wouldn't have made sense to have 3 people save and just have 2 weapons and then have similar buy the next round. The problem is they wound up in those situations where it makes sense to save because they took way too long on their retakes. Mm-hmm. And that was a problem. Their retakes seemed very uncoordinated. They just weren't on the same page. It didn't seem like is people going in one at a time. And a couple times they just ran out of time, like that round that they lost, because they were just too slow going in, and that was the reason why they wound up saving in the end. So if they better their retakes, or actually just get a stop for once in a bomb site where they just kill everybody just one time, maybe they just lose flat out. They save a couple times and it goes better.
Well, this seems like a confidence issue to me, really. The fact that Na'Vi they're kind of bogging down when it comes to those critical moments where you can have no hesitation. It's just everybody has to be on the same page and you go. And this is actually something that to bring up another team that participated in this tournament and the NiP actually eliminated Titan. It was definitely something that the Titan, during their breaks, they were talking about this a lot. xizt was putting a lot of focus on this, being like, we need to not hesitate. You need to just go. Do your job, take the fight, take the duel. Doesn't matter if you're going to win or lose, just like do it. Get past this block that's holding us back. And watching this map here, it seemed to me like Na'Vi were having a bit of this mental block where it's like, okay, do we go? Do we go? Do we go? Like, are we going to go for it or not? Rather than just being like, okay, we're committed to the task and we're going to get in there. Regardless of what happens, we just need to take this fight and get it out of our system.
And the problem for Na'Vi was a lot of the time it seemed like they even made the right rotation, and the third player, as NiP was getting into the B side, was already there. Only that guy kind of got stuck in construction, and he just wouldn't be able to get into the bomb side in time. Then by the time he actually finally peeks behind the coils, there's already a smoke there, and NiP just spams him through the smoke.
We asked the question before the game, like, what factor would the esports SM final going so late last night play on NiP? I actually think, if anything, you saw the reverse side of that. The Na'Vi we're all wanting to see was against Virtus Pro, okay? That was at like 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what has NiP done since then? They played against Titan, who give their best shot, and they just overcame it. They played against Hellraisers, who pushed them 3 maps all the way along. They came out of that. NiP are fully at the absolute peak of their game right now, and Navi's trying to figure out how to turn the clock back like 12 hours.
That's a good point, actually. They've had quite a long time now between, that quarterfinal match this morning and, the long breaks in between.
And the semi wasn't much of a warm-up for them, unfortunately. They didn't even have to really play to their top level. They just cruised through it, didn't they?
No, this is... guys, I've just been informed we have about a minute left. The players, as you guys can see on the screen behind us, and well, if you're in the arena, you can see for yourselves. They are sitting, they are ready, and they are getting into it. We should be getting into the knife in just a moment's time. But Anders, do you have something to add here?
Just to point out as well, there's another way that something that really worked well for NiP on Inferno was the smoke and flash play. And on Train, if you have someone like Guardian, it's great if nobody throws any smokes at all. But if NiP is going to be on point like they were on Inferno with the smokes, then Guardian, even if he can afford an orb eventually, and hopefully more than twice, then it's still going to be a problem for him to land really good shots. So that could be another factor. It seemed like NiP had some sick rounds on that B-bomb side where they just flashed and won.
Now, and that was actually really something special to watch because it really did seem like they had their timings down pat. The smokes come out, and that one round. But okay, enough of that. Looks like we are live with the second map of this series. It will be on Train, and now Na'Vi are fighting for their tournament lives here. The championship is on the line, but you guys got to make some noise. NiP, they are on the brink.
Oh, that's another great banner right there. Well played in the arena. Here it comes, the second map in the Dreamhack Steel Series CSGO Championship Grand Finals between NiP and Na'Vi, and we are ready with it. And it's NiP starting on the CT side of all things as well. They might get a little bit of a momentum boost just doing that, especially if they win this pistol round. It is a CT-sided map, this one. And looks like already Na'Vi deciding to go towards this B bomb side. They have the bomb there and everything, and because they have every single one here, it makes me think they might not try and switch down Pop Dog.
No, it doesn't look that way. It looks like they are going to be coming out into the inner bomb site, but still taking their time.
Yeah, slowly. And actually, that makes Get Right sort of think again, because now they've been waiting for a while. Might end up being an A push after all, but smoke goes down. That's usually a big indication. Grenade, the money grenade! Oh god! Devastating damage. Na'Vi run for the smoke. fifflaren with a triple spray down. He kills 3 members, and now Guardian finally with the return, but that's probably going to be too late. The rest of NiP are here. Another grenade. Edward gets a headshot. Forrest going to come in, and Guardian, they're fighting back. What is going on? Nothing but headshots from the Ukrainian and Russian team here. It's going to be, and Slovakian, it's going to be Guardian and Edward in a 1-on-2 against Forrest. They turned it around in an impossible situation. Guardian gets the headshot. Lurrpis, that was a mind-blowing turnaround. What did we just witness?
I have no idea how Na'Vi were able to turn that around. I mean, that was just insane. fifflaren with just an insane nade and then getting 3 kills here in the lower.
I mean, that should have been a 4th kill. He should have just mowed down 4 people right there. But he ran out of bullets, and then they turned it around from basically a 2-on-4 then. That was, well, in terms of changing your mindset, that might be the kind of round they needed, just having 2 people go all beast mode and do that. Good headshot early on here, and Na'Vi off to a decent start. Get Right though with another shotgun. Are they going to walk right into it? Turns around, instant headshot. Edward, he doesn't even have a head anymore. He's just gone. And now Get Right going to fall back down, but actually still thinking about just walking back up for a second.
And once again, by the way, Na'Vi walking one at a time. There's no one to trade that kill on Get Right, and he gets away with the shotgun. So poor work there. It looks like GetRight is going to be peeking again, and he's going to see Na'Vi falling back. That's going to allow NiP to rotate.
Yeah, and they actually have Forest
Look at
and
that.
xizt with armor.
GetRight's actually on the flank now.
Oh, he keeps walking. He's walking up right behind. There's fifflaren taking down one. GetRight again takes down zeus. Now starix and Guardian 2-on-4. Oh my god, Lurrpis, it's happening once more. An RV win a pistol round and then NiP bounce back. And you did say earlier they must have had one of the highest ratios of doing exactly this. 2-on-4 at the moment. starix comes in and Guardian gets a good shot. But there's fifflaren again. Takes down Guardian. starix fighting, but it takes a long time. And now he's in a one-on-one against one of the best clutch players in the whole world.
And starix actually was a very good clutch player in 1.6, but in CSGO, obviously, GetRight just had his number for the most part.
And he has
Let's
a
see,
good
now
angle.
they've been spotted.
One shot
And starix comes up with a headshot, and that's actually huge for Na'Vi because that would have been such a devastating blow mentally if they won the pistol round once more and then just lost the second round.
Yeah.
Great play by GetRight there, excuse me. Just really great decision to go for the flank there at the end. Barely misses the last headshot, but
oh yeah,
good
that's
stuff. And look at NiP.
yeah, glass cannon AWP. They're going to take the challenge against Guardian, and he's so fast! Instant lightning reflex. Fifflaren is gone before he even realized what was going on then, I think.
I mean, that's what Guardian is known for, his fast reflexes.
And Forest in the back, he's picked up the AWP. Edward gets another one. Forest waiting for the crosshair, and that's an easy kill. Edward's down, he peeks once more. And Forest, he's no slouch at this AWP, but Guardian...
But Guardian is just one notch above, it seems. This is a shot there. GetRight with a nice M4 headshot there.
That's a good return, isn't it? xizt comes up, misses a shot, goes for once more. xizt takes almost a day to kill friberg then, and then it's going to be GetRight with the instant return. And GetRight seems on fire right now, which is obviously a terrifying precedence here for Na'Vi.
It's actually a scary 1v2 situation, I think.
He's going for it.
No,
now
no kit for GetRight, though.
He's going to have to be really quick, and he goes down. starix will get it, so they had him locked in that lane. But that could have almost been. Guardian, though, carrying a lot in that round.
Indeed. Guy smiling there. Just happy to be around.
Oh,
Nice shot by Guardian there. And I don't think he even noticed by then that fifflaren actually had a knob. So I don't think they yet knew that NiP had.
No, because that would have been, that is very unlikely. You can watch 100 train games and probably never see that kind of vibe with just a glass cannon in the second round. And it's obviously based on the fact that they had such a successful, second round, so the third round, sorry.
Yeah, and of course that fifflaren actually got so many kills on the fifth round that allowed him to have enough money. GetRight takes out zeus. Not really sure how that happened, but once again, Na'Vi are doing this thing where they peek one at a time. zeus is already dead, xizt is down to low health, and it once again looks dangerous.
Yeah, they need to stop doing this.
And look at Edward here. He's going to be swarmed by counter-terrorists here in a second.
Gets the one. If they jump down next, he's just going to go down. What?
Why does he peek? And this round is looking terrible for Na'Vi once more. It's a 3v3. Two of the NiP players have AKs. It's not looking good.
Oh, starix comes out, gets the one.
Well, starix has been the man for Na'Vi so far.
It feels like it, doesn't it? They need.
Well, it's because it's true. And that's a 3-kill for starix. Bails Na'Vi out once again. That's going to make it 4-0.
So what here, Lurrpis? Between starix and Guardian, is that going to be enough of an engine to drive Na'Vi to a victory on train?
It's not going to be enough of an engine alone. They're going to need everybody to chime in. I mean, so far it's been the two of them, but they're going to need more support from everybody else.
So far it's a 4-0 lead here on the less favored side of train, so that's a good start. But now there's an auto sniper on GetRight and AWP and fifflaren, and we've seen in the past how effective this can be, particularly on this map, which is like the origin of the auto sniper in global offensive, basically.
Yeah, I believe it's GetRight too.
Yeah,
might have been the very first player who started doing that. starix misses a shot there, had a chance to take out friberg in alley, barely does any damage. Yeah, and Na'Vi actually look like they have the bomb in the white halls, so they might actually still revert back into the inner bomb site or fake the inner site and go back outer. We'll see what they choose to do here with 1 minute remaining on the round.
And there are so many options on train. Because of that pop dog area, you can actually rotate so quickly around. So obviously it's something NiP going to have to try and see if they can keep track of. With right now it's difficult because they're really far back on the map. Nobody's getting much of any information. I mean, what can you do with this one? Count smokes, basically, to try and guess where the players are?
It's more or less. Let's see. The push is going to come from here. It's going to be 30 seconds left on the clock. And Get Right is going to be the key player here with this auto sniper.
Yeah, way in the back. So even if they smoke off, that won't help.
Yeah, a lot of his bad timing by Get Right to move, but he has now spotted the push.
Yeah, Forrest going to get the kill, so that really works now. The 4 members in. Guardian takes down Get Right, so no Ultra Sniper action this round, and that's obviously a hugely important kill. And he's still in the back up here. They smoke off towards the connector as well. This is going to be tough for NiP now. Edward with another kill. He's going to go down eventually to friberg, and Guardian is gone. xizt with the kill now. 2 on 2. It's not over yet. Now it's a 1 on 2. zeus has to step up and save his team here. The captain of Na'Vi running up, and I don't think they realize where he is. They're going to go for 1 defuse, but that's surely going to be a kill. zeus picks that one, and now he can just hide. This is very nicely played from zeus. Intelligently done. He's trying to hide here, and he gets fifflaren. A great save from zeus, and they win the round.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be a very tough 2v1 for NiP just because of where the bomb was planted and the fact that fifflaren had an up. So it was going to be almost impossible for him to cover all the areas where zeus could have been. Still nice play by the in-game leader of Na'Vi, and it's going to put him up 5-0. Very good start for them.
Oh, man. And NiP, they get close that round. They're very close. In fact, so close they feel like we're just going to be buying a max 7 and some FAMASas here to try and see if they can seal the deal. Na'Vi, I mean, 5-0. What do you think? Is it looking convincing yet?
You never really know. NiP could still go on a run, finish this 10-5 and win the second half piss run. What are you going to say then? So, I mean, it all just depends how the rest of the half plays out. Who's going to win the second half pistol? Forrest gets a pair of kills there early on.
He's had enough here. He just wants to win a round, but zeus will take him down. Still looking good for NiP in this round so far. They just need to get 1 more kill in, and that should pretty much be it. Bomb still all the way over at the white holes, and Na'Vi slowly pushing on towards the A bomb side, at least with 1 person. Get Right in a beautiful position. He misses a shot that he should never have missed, but he's going for more. He's not even scared. Gets the 1, gets the double. Bomb is down, and now xizt is going to die to friberg, and it's Get Right again.
I'm actually surprised. I believe that was zeus who threw up the ladder. I'm surprised he wasn't expecting Get Right to keep pushing. Like, he completely bailed on looking that way, and that's what allowed him to get these 2 kills. Yeah, it was zeus. So nice play by Get Right. Once again, very nice, timely push.
You're right, he actually does not even look back. So once the bomb is down, that's pretty much it. 5-1, and finally NiP pick up a round. They have an AWP and fifflaren as well. I think they maybe stole that somewhere else. And that's going to be a pretty good start for them.
Guardian with a pick on friberg in alley.
And boosted up on the fence, I think, which is always a cool idea, because it's pretty difficult when you have to watch 2 levels as a single person there. So, well done.
I mean, it's basically impossible. So when someone's on the fence, you really just can't be looking into alley. You can't be peeking that deep. Looks like Na'Vi might actually be setting up to attack the outer bomb site. So this gets his opening frag here. Forrest gets 1 as well. Looks like Forrest looking for the 2nd kill.
Yeah, jumping and shooting at the same time.
Yeah, but 2 Na'Vi players still falling back towards the middle.
Just a single smoke left on Guardian here, so if they run in, they're going to be shot from every which angle. I mean, this is a really open bomb site, so if you don't smoke it off and just run in, chances are you're going to have a really hard time covering all angles. Actually, because they only have 1 smoke, I kind of like the idea that they might go to the B bomb site instead. But no. What? Are they going down? It seems like they might.
Looks like they might be coming out the ladder. Yep. 24 seconds. Guardian needs to get this pick, but no, it's zeus who peeks first.
Maybe
and
a bit
he
of a
gets
mistake.
taken out. Yeah, it probably should have been Guardian peeking first, but I think it's because they didn't know if anybody was playing nearby.
Look at
The
timer.
bomb needs to get planted ASAP, and I think xizt is going to be able to get this kill. Yep.
And that's the round. 6 seconds left. Nothing to lose, nothing to win here. And NiP pick up their 2nd round. And the crowd is pleased about that one. Pretty excited down at the Dream Arena here. And NiP, they're slowly getting back into it. I mean,
They are.
There's still some sort of scary rounds, but it seems like they've recovered from that initial 5-loss streak.
Yeah, now Na'Vi are actually broke, so that's gonna be a 3rd round for NiP. It's gonna build up a lot of money for them, and I mean, Na'Vi even got the pick last round early on, but they just weren't able to use that for anything really. So, really did not look good at all for Na'Vi there. I feel like you should be able to get more out of getting an early pick like that.
Yeah. Well, not this time, it seems. xizt walking up very close. Oh, he had a xizt 75. That might have actually been dangerous, but the Glock is nowhere near as good. And friberg picks up 2 quick kills against the pistol. That's actually maybe one of the first rounds we've seen where nobody's bought a xizt 75 this whole tournament.
Yeah. Na'Vi actually had only $200 worth of equipment there, I think.
So nicely done from NiP. They lose the single player, but they managed to keep on to the rest, and that's obviously what they need at this point anyway. I will see. Setting up here for the 9th round, and it's all AKs, so no AWP, which was one of the big problems earlier in the on the first map here for Na'Vi, is that they never got that AWP on Guardian. This time, they go without it.
Yep.
It's not necessarily a completely devastating decision, but we'll have to see if it works out or not, because he's been getting some good picks already on this map.
He has indeed, but we'll see what Na'Vi chooses to do. They really have been successful going to the inner bomb side, so I would actually expect them to keep hitting that, but let's see. Fifflaren is playing there with an op.
Yeah, they hear it, so I feel like some of the more dangerous AWP players are the type that will, you know, once their position is known, they'll move around a lot. So Fifflaren seems to be sort of still up there, so I wish he would switch position with somebody else so that they would keep guessing where that AWP might be. Get right, still down on slope, waiting. Still a good amount of grenades onto NiP here. So when the push comes, they'll have some flashbangs to throw against Na'Vi. Timer says just about 40 seconds, and Na'Vi have a lot of grenades left. They're just waiting the time down here for an eventual push, but nobody from NiP is even peeking anything.
Nope. Edward really needs to get a pick here on Fifflaren. He's playing very close up with an op. That could really open up the round. starix doesn't get the kill. Fifflaren, on the other hand, does, and it's just looking terrible for Na'Vi here. xizt with the 2nd kill of the round. It's going to be another round for NiP.
No doubt about that. Get right, not even moving an inch, just crouching, getting the kill. One miss from Fifflaren. 2nd shot, actually, it's going to be Get right to take him down. It's a good headshot from Guardian, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter at all. Na'Vi's still going to lose the round, and when's the last time they put down the bomb in a bomb site?
Round 4, maybe?
Yeah, so that's quite a while ago, and that's, I mean, actually, this is something that Thorin pointed out quite a while ago to me, is that one of the reasons why it's really sick that Train is such a terrorist-sided, or such a CT-sided map, is the fact that it's actually fairly easy to get the bomb down once you just have a few smokes and flashbangs, and it seems like Na'Vi aren't even really accomplishing that much right now.
Well, the problem is Na'Vi could do like the smoke attack into the outer bomb site, where you just run behind the barrel and get the bomb planted early on.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the same problem why it's no longer very easy to defend the site as a counter-terrorist, because you can hide under the trains and there's not a billion spots for you to check, is the same reason that it's not easy to win those after plants as a terrorist, because there's only so few places you can actually hide. So it's really hard to win the round sometimes, even if you do get the bomb planted, if there's multiple counter-terrorists left alive.
Yeah, they certainly haven't done it yet, so I mean, they must have a reason, because obviously Na'Vi know this strategy and know how to execute it, but we'll see if it's going to come out a little bit later. This time, well, they're back to pistols. They've at least picked up some xizt 75s. They realize the Glocks aren't enough, and friberg in a position to get some excellent frag movie kills here. Flashbang comes out, though, very nicely done. friberg somehow still alive. He's going to go down eventually, but f0rest will pick up the kills instead. Gets the double, gets taken down from behind, though. Guardian will drop him, and it's actually down to a 2-on-2. This is a hugely successful eco round from Na'Vi, and if they can win it, it'll obviously be huge. xizt goes down, and now it's on Get right here. 1-on-2, and they are going to be able to put the bomb down. He does have a grenade. It's going to rain in. That will kill him instantly. Now a 1-on-1. Guardian peeks out. Get right. He saves the round for NiP, and he even looks completely unfazed, like that was no issue.
Yeah, and Get right just very smart play there. Hits the nade perfectly. Takes the first opponent out, and then he knows where the second guy is. So almost like a standard 1v2 clutch for Get right. Just play here. He just waited for Guardian to peek, and once he did, that was an easy kill for him. So
what? You must be joking. 2 auto snipers and 1 AWP. NiP, they're no longer going to be playing any games here. I mean, what do you think about this, Lurrpis?
Well, I think this is their way of just attacking Guardian back, because Guardian has that op. He's been good at getting picks, so they want to get some guns with some zooming abilities as well.
And they already got a really good grenade on him there. Down to 54. I think that was Get right throwing that grenade. They're trying to guess the angle through. Yeah, I mean, seems like a reasonable plan. Guardian pretty good at opening, so we just get 3 scoped rifles in return. See what he says about that.
That's 3 against 1, man.
Not fair. And okay, so this, you said it earlier, you really can't do this. So friberg's answer to that idea is just, well, I'm just going to be pre-peeking, and if they come lower, I'm screwed, but I'm just going to be gambling. It's a 50-50 chance, basically.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Na'Vi look to be heading towards the inner site in just a second here. Or are they actually going to go down the ladder? Could still be a fake, I guess, but
Yeah, they have the time for it.
they are gonna go to the inner site. Get right gets the first kill.
Yeah, picks up one, goes for a second, he's gonna get it, eventually goes down. Forest takes down Guardian, so the AWP is gone, and he's still got the auto sniper up on the high ground, just surveying the bomb site. Grenade is gonna rain down, he spots the person. That's a lot of information, they know where he is now, and Forest isn't done yet, clicking away. Edward actually picks it up and will take him down now, 2-on-2. Na'Vi need this round, they need to get back into this game, and there's the headshot. friberg goes down, it's on fifflaren, and clutching with an AWP is pretty damn difficult, even in this bomb site.
It really is. I mean, there's just such a close distance fight. And oh, it's a sick shot by fifflaren.
Oh my god! A woof just went through the audience. He gets a no-scope! fifflaren, please! There is no time, but that was definitely mind-bending. He's going to be running out of the bomb site. He survives the round, but that was such a sick performance.
You know, if you take the name out of it, you'd actually think that it'd be Guardian playing there, or Kenny S. One of those two. So, just great play by fifflaren. We see that again. I mean, it's the first shot on Edward through the train, and then the second no-scope on xizt here. Unfortunately, no time to defuse the bomb, because that would have been a sick clip if he still got the defuse as well.
That might have been one of the tournament highlights if that had actually worked out with the defuse.
Yeah. For this match's sake, I'm glad that Na'Vi were able to win that round, because that would have probably just taken all the remaining wind out of their sails.
We'll see. 6-5 here, and we're into that 12th round. And Na'Vi, I mean, after basically a 5-round losing streak, they finally pick it up again, which is very good here. How many rounds do you think they actually need on the T side, Na'Vi?
I think they're getting to that sweet spot. I mean, if they get to 7, I think that should be an okay terrorist side for them. Now, the problem is, if they lose the pistol round, it's easy to get in a situation where you have to save a lot. So a pistol round and even 6 rounds would be enough, I think. But they really need that second half pistol, because NiP is terrifying with that pistol round. And once again, Get right with just 2 kills, and Na'Vi just not clearing that area.
He's looking for more. Third headshot coming up. He's controlling the bomb. He wants a quad kill. He's looking for the frags here, and just 1 click is going to be enough for starix. He's on 12 HP. I'm not sure Get Right realizes where he is, and it will be friberg picking it up, but I mean, the power of Christopher Allison here just absolutely insane. Even after the first kill, where they know where he is, they still seem to not be able to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, it was basically the same thing as on that save round. First of all, no one really cleared it. Edward just peeked with his smoke out. He was getting ready to execute into that site with the smoke, and they hadn't cleared the close area where Get Right actually likes to play fairly often. And then, after that, there was no one to trade, because Guardian obviously had an op, and that's just a very tough shot at such a short distance.
Mow down from friberg, no issue at all. He's up against just a pistol, and the score is 6-6, so it looks like Na'Vi aren't going to be having much to say in this round at all.
No, it certainly doesn't look that way. Na'Vi on a save, and it should be another textbook round for NiP, who should be going for the lead for the first time. It's going to be their first lead in the second half here. I mean, second map, rather, sorry.
So even though there might be a good reason why Na'Vi have decided those A smoke pushes aren't really worth it, because the defense is hard afterwards, it still feels to me like if you throw in one round where you do it and test it to see if NiP are actually good at holding it or not, then you at least have that information, whereas it seems like they're doing a lot of the same pushes right now.
Well, I mean, Na'Vi used to do that strat. I mean, we've seen them do that before, some time ago. So, I mean, it's just possible that they've just realized that it just doesn't work for them.
Oh, man. Currently, NiP taking the round lead and looking, I don't know, they're looking focused right now. I don't think any of the teams are super hype at the moment. But obviously, NiP, they have a little bit more of a reason to be relaxed, having already won the first map, which was Navi's map pick.
Yeah. And Na'Vi here just hoping to get one more round. Then they really would have a really good first half score here. Let's see if that happens or not. Looks like Na'Vi are looking to maybe go towards the outer bomb site this time around, but Edward is in the inner side. He's actually clearing the area where Get Right has killed him twice now, so he's at least finally learning from his mistakes.
That pistol on Guardian,
right?
Does that mean they're going to be buying an AWP on Guardian for the last round? Can we have the scoreboard quick just to see what's going on for Guardian's economy? So he's got 1,000. They actually won't even have enough. Well,
no, he just didn't have money for a rifle.
All right, well.
That's kind of a weak fake by Na'Vi, but it actually draws a mini rotation from NiP, and that might be enough for Na'Vi to get into this site.
Yeah, one entry kill is what it takes here. He's trying to see if he can secure it for his team, but NiP staying hidden for a long time, and it's going to be Forrest instead with the return. xizt is down. Forrest with a quick double. Get right, friberg as well. Edward goes down, and that's a triple for Forrest. And another round that Na'Vi really needed to win. This last round of the half, they really won't have almost any money.
And now we might actually see something fast to try to surprise NiP. But the problem is at this point, NiP really expects something different. So, I mean, NiP really just picked up the slack at the 5-0 deficit. From that point on, they're 8-1 and they're favored to win this final round as well. So, really strong play by them ever since that initial rough start.
15th round coming up. One AK from Galil. Have to be a really magnificent shot from Guardian to clear up one part of the map. I mean, that entry frag is everything right now to Na'Vi, it feels like.
The problem is, Train is such a wide open map that even a single entry kill won't get you access to a bomb site in the same way that it does on, for example, Inferno. Edward very close to just burning to death there.
He was in the worst possible spot, I think, for that Molotov to land. Let's get right. There's Forrest. Each headshot, he's finally going to get taken down, but it might be too late here. It's a 3-on-3. fifflaren with a very good pick, just crouching, getting that shot. He's going to go down, though. So it's on Get Right again, 1-on-2, and he's won a fair few of these already in this tournament.
He's got the bomb down.
You're absolutely right. He's covering the bomb. I think they realize he's going to be here, and actually, he's a little bit slow in the reaction time there, so starix will take him down. And Na'Vi, in the last round, they pick up that golden 7th round for themselves.
Yeah, an 8-7 first half for Na'Vi. That's a very good first half as a terrorist. Obviously, NiP regained control after 5 rounds, and they just looked far better from that point onwards. But 7 rounds on T side, if you ask Na'Vi before this half begins, how about this? We give you 7 rounds, we don't play the half. They're going to say yes.
Yeah, that's a good way of measuring it. Gray face, no space, and there's the other one. Easy skins, easy life, and the Forest troll face in the corner.
Yeah, that troll face is pretty good.
It is.
Gotta give Forrest credit for that. That one's good.
Yeah, well, there's going to be some people losing some skins here, as there's almost every day, and there's always a fair bit of rage to follow. I don't know if you've noticed this, but...
Yeah, I've noticed.
Which has its own value in comedy, I think. There's something funny about this, too.
Yeah.
All right, Na'Vi starting off on the CT side. This should be the more favored side. If they can win this pistol round, they might actually have a chance of doing this, but already headshot through the smoke. xizt is down to 11, and it's the Glock train. xizt, bombardment. xizt and starix down. xizt now with the triple kill. They're making it work. NiP, in spite of Na'Vi having a lot of people in that A bomb site, it wasn't enough for that kind of carpet bombing. Now, Get Right. He's over here. He's listening. He can hear them when they run around the back, so he has a pretty good counter where they are. And zeus is very low. The bomb is down. fifflaren chiming in, and it's Guardian 1-on-4 here, and really no chance to win this any longer. xizt is not going to get the kill. It's going to be Get Right instead. That kind of stuff was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, that nade just demolished, just devoured any hopes Na'Vi may have had of winning that pistol run. xizt instantly got gooshed through the smoke into alley, so that was a little lucky in NiP's part. I'm not sure how the second guy got tagged up. Might have been through alley, but then xizt just with a perfect nade, and then follows that up with a 3rd kill. Good job by him, and that should now make it 11-7 in favor of NiP. So for Na'Vi to still stay competitive, they really have to win the 4th round and just really start stringing rounds together from that point on. Assuming they don't win a save round here.
That would be something. Already they get the 1 kill here. zeus is pretty low on health, and he's going to get taken down by Forrest. But yeah, coming back into it right away would be huge. But friberg, though, pretty good control. He's going to take the 1 and very nearly gets the 2nd one. So xizt is alone. And the really sad thing is that xizt can't even pick up a rifle and run away, because they've all died so far away from him. So he eventually just dies trying to escape, I think.
I think we see the crowd.
Yeah, looking cheerful.
Fairly, yeah, I mean, they're happy.
In spite of the hour here, because we were heavily delayed towards the grand finals here, thanks to Hearthstone. So, what time is it actually right now?
It actually is 12:47.
12:47. People still up to watch Counter-Strike. I hope you guys at home as well are having a grand time with the finals here. Looks like NiP are pretty close to being able to take this, but we can't rule out Na'Vi yet. We need to see how they're going to perform once they get the rifles.
Yeah, the 4th round is going to be key, as well as the rounds after, but 4th round, if Na'Vi lose this, they have almost no chance of winning this.
Yeah, that'll be an extra round. That'll mean NiP just need to win basically 3 more rifle rounds or something like that. It's going to be very close at that point. Forrest Sneaking up, going to take down Guardian, and somehow realizes Edward was there. Keeps spraying, gets another one. Actually, that was xizt stealing it, and another kill for the in-game leader of NiP. So that will be a fairly easy round for the Swedish champions. Now we get to see what Na'Vi can do. What kind of setup do you expect from them here in the fourth round?
I mean, you don't do anything special. You gotta assume your default game works. Guardian does not have an op, so that's odd to me. I would expect him to have the big rifle, but let's see. Let's see if this works out for Na'Vi.
So far, not doing much damage. starix still in a great position. Oh wow, well played. Gets Get Right and friberg, and anytime you kill Get Right, it's a pretty good day. If you're Na'Vi, Edward with a kill, and there's Guardian. Nothing but headshots here for this for the counter-terrorist team, and it's going to be f0rest left alone. So that's a cleanup if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that's a very quick round in favor of Na'Vi. Not able to pick up an op from NiP because they didn't have one though. But now it's very important that the Na'Vi players just don't push anywhere and die.
And they get the kill. So there it is. Flawless round.
It's actually funny you hear xizt yelling and there's just no one else yelling because all of the crowd is on NiP's side. So that actually sounds pretty funny there. We see replay of starix's 2 kills here with the silenced M4. Good job by him in the alley area. And another round for Na'Vi. Really important now that their players died, but they need to win more.
They need even more. They need a hell of a lot more right now. And it's possible. It's definitely possible on the CT side. A little bit of momentum, some good engagement, and that's probably all it needs for Na'Vi to potentially extend the series off to Dust 2, which would be interesting at that point.
It would indeed. Well, let's see what happens here. xizt has taken about 60 health points of damage.
friberg, he remembers how he died down there, so he's like, I'm just going to try the same thing.
Hasn't spotted anyone yet, though. Guardian still without an op in his hands. Obviously, didn't die the previous round. Not gonna throw an M4 out. And really, really important round here, because if Na'Vi are able to somehow win this round without allowing NiP a bomb plant, there's actually a chance NiP have to save, and that actually is what would happen if there were no bomb plant. So that could be huge for Na'Vi. Just boost their money situation by so much, and actually just give them a chance to string some rounds together here.
Yeah, put NiP in a really bad spot economically too, especially if they just can't get that bomb down. But look at this. This is what we were talking about with Na'Vi. They weren't doing these smoke executes. Looks like NiP are going to try and do it, though. There is a Molotov blocking half the team. So actually, NiP just split up in their forces here. They're still trying to push, but they're going to go down. Guardian and xizt with some good headshots here. Finally return. f0rest going to get down Edward, but xizt isn't done. He's going to get another couple of kills, and starix will finish it off. So even though they lost 2 players, Na'Vi pick up that round, and really convincingly.
Yeah, xizt picks up 3 kills, and I'm not sure if this is another game or if Na'Vi actually do have some fans after all.
I think there are actually some right in front of us just shouting and cheering. Yeah, look at that guy.
No, we got a couple Na'Vi fans here.
Excellent.
They're a little outmatched, so I don't know. We might have given some extra mics, some access to loudspeakers.
Yes, representing still. That's very
Even
nice.
it up a little bit. So NiP now in a save round, that should allow Na'Vi to get within 1 round. And considering they're playing on the easier side of the map, all of a sudden we do have a game in our hands, guys.
It feels like it, doesn't it? Against, well, I'm going to say against all the odds, but certainly the odds seem stacked against Na'Vi for a very long time here in this grand finals. But maybe it's going to turn. It's going to come down probably to the next buy round for NiP to see if the Swedish team can turn it around again. And are they going to try and actually run down and put the bomb down here? They got the smokes for it, certainly. And this is, I think it's one of the things that Thorin was talking about earlier. That grenade could have been absolutely beautiful, but somehow it doesn't do them much damage. Guardian, zeus, and Edward still picking up great kills, and the bomb plant is not happening right now. They're trying to see if they can get it done, but no, are not going to be working here. Get Right gets the 1 kill, and Na'Vi defending solidly once again.
Yeah, Guardian also seems to be finally heating up. He just got the same number of kills that round as he did in the entire first map. So, I mean, we talked about the importance of Guardian's play to Na'Vi's success. So he seems to be heating up. Things are looking pretty solid for Na'Vi. They're actually tied 3-3 here in the second half, and they need 6 more rounds to take this down to Dust 2.
Yeah. On the more favored side, with a much better economy than NiP, it's looking good. There is xizt, killing friberg as he runs through the fire, and there's zeus with a good... Actually, that grenade didn't do any damage, but another one that could have been really great. Zeus trying to see if he can fall back smartly at this point, actually. Edward is going to get one kill as they try and enter this B bomb site. fifflaren with a great double kill takes down Zeus and xizt. It's not over yet. Geralt spraying through. He's going to take down Edward, and that turns it around. Even though the bomb is down here, Na'Vi can still do this, but they just had a massive lead and they lost it.
It's going to be tough to retake the site with Guardian having an op. It's so hard for him to move up closer. And he misses the first shot. I think that was the key to this round, and Guardian is going to have to try to save. But GetRight is already on the flank here, as usual.
Yeah, he's ready for it. Guardian not going to be escaping here unless he can kill everyone as they try and creep up on him. But they don't want him to save it here. 1-on-2, and he gets downed by xizt. And there it is. NiP, I mean, for a minute I was thinking, all right, it's almost over, but still plenty of time for NiP to bring it back.
I think it's a replay of xizt getting some kills. No, it's actually the fifflaren double in the inner. Nice kills by fifflaren. He's really been stepping up his fragging game.
Yep.
In this grand final.
Yeah, it was really nice to see him play in that style, and something that NiP obviously need as every other team starts playing better and better. NiP going actually all of them over towards the B hallways, which is where I would like Na'Vi, if they were creeping out, I mean, on they can't know this, but if they every once in a while was looking towards Ivy and maybe checking T-spawn, they'd have a lot of information right now about what NiP at least weren't doing.
But still lots of money for Na'Vi for this round. Guardian has an op, everybody else has the gun of their choice.
Zeus is where GetRight
oh, look at that. Guardian spots the first guy, can't shoot in time, and then friberg connects on the shot. Zeus needs to get a second kill here. He can't allow himself to die, but friberg with a second entry kill this round.
Yeah, maybe friberg has decided it's actually time to win now, like on Dust 2. We'll have to find out. It's going to be friberg again. This time a triple kill for him, and he's looking for one more, and there's a chance he can get it. Edward's alone in a 1-on-4, and he's actually already making a run for it. No chance here, so that's 2 rounds for NiP in a row. And now a 13-10 scoreline, and the money for Na'Vi is not looking good. Were they just baiting them? Were they just, stringing them along for a while until it started feeling comfortable, and then they smacked them down at the end anyway?
Yeah, I don't think teams actually do that on purpose. Especially not in the deciding half of the grand final when they don't exactly have the largest lead in the world. But it's getting dangerous for Na'Vi. I'd like to see their money now. Just get an idea of whether or not they'll be able to buy here.
Don't think they can. And if they had to force up with FAMASIS, I think if they wanted to try and go for it, I actually don't think they could do it. Not happening. Edward, the one with the M4A1, so probably gonna be 14-10, at which point Na'Vi more or less need to win 6 rounds in a row.
Yep, that's gonna be a tall order against NiP here. We have all of a sudden had a lot of success attacking the inner bomb site against Na'Vi. I mean, the outer site, Na'Vi were able to shut out completely, basically, those couple rounds, but on the inner site, they've struggled.
They definitely have. And you gotta wonder if they're not really making much of a rotation here. Zeus the one defending still. Forrest gonna creep up. He actually gets down by Edward, who peeks once again, and it's gotta be careful. He's kinda low on health, and friberg will take him down. Another headshot and another kill. 3-on-4 here, and the bomb's gonna go down.
Of course, I mean, it's not really a real 3-on-4. It's safe for Na'Vi. They don't have any kits, so it's going to be a round for NiP. It's just a matter of playing it out. Yeah. That'll be 14-10 now in favor of NiP. And remember, they already won the first map of this series, so they actually are 2 rounds away from winning and actually defending their championship from last year's Dreamhack Summer.
You are right indeed. Last year was Epsilon that they beat in both the Dreamhack Grand Finals, but also in the Swedish SM Finals. Bit of a switch up this time. It was actually Fnatic that beat them in the Swedish SM Final, but, they get to this anyway. They get to do this. Well, if they win the next 2 rounds, that is. Oh, we're just ready and waiting. Next round coming up, the 25th here, and Guardian again without an AWP Lurrpis. I'm not sure about this. It seems to me like this is a bit of a replay from what we're witnessing on Inferno, where they didn't have the economy to get the equipment, and as a result, they just never really were able to perform.
And look at that, they just made it. starix there in alley. Yeah. So that's gonna be tough. fifflaren gets a second kill.
Yeah, they say revenge is a dish best served cold, but I think it's much better served with a hand grenade right to the face. Edward, Guardian, Zeus left 3-on-4 here, and they all have pretty much full health, but They're doing Train is a big map. They're spread out all across it.
Friberg and Get right down to low health, so if now they can just stack the right bomb site and actually take some aim duels, they have a good chance of winning this round still.
And NiP playing very slowly. They're really hoping that Navi's going to get, you know, a little bit anxious at this, you know, having one man less and maybe going for a little bit of a peek. And if they do, that certainly play right into what NiP are thinking. But now, as the clock runs a little bit lower, 40 seconds left still, they're sort of moving towards this B bomb site.
Indeed.
And there's one person defending here, and actually maybe one guy rotating over. So now we have a maybe Guardian. He's at least thinking about it. It would be a good read if they did it.
Get right does here. He's going to be walking out. Is he going to spot someone? Doesn't see the guy in tower, does he now?
Oh.
He does, but he's not going to take the shot yet. This is just 17 health going to be taken up by Guardian. Look at this rotation from Zeus, though.
Yeah, he's in the bomb site. Forest running in. He's going to be able to spot anyone who connects. Jumps down onto the ladder, and then tries to even take the aim duel. He's going to go down. Zeus with a great double kill. Headshots happening, and now xizt in a 1-on-3. His time is just going to run out, and he might die after the time, in fact, which would be a big blow to NiP's economy.
And like I said, the problem for NiP was that they didn't have enough smokes left so that they would cover the entire bomb site, and both Get Right and friberg were just very low, so it was easy for whoever that was in tower, I believe, xizt, and then Zeus in the inner bomb site to get those first initial kills.
But losing that round means NiP, well, it's going to take a big chunk out of their economy, but they can still buy in this round. No AWP on either side. They've just all given up on that, or they can't buy it because of their economy. Either way, it is 14-11 here, and Na'Vi, if they win the next 5 rounds in a row, will that be impressive? It seems like that will be that'd be kind of a challenge. Flashbangs out, just making a little bit of noise towards boiler room here. Oh, not boiler room, ladder room.
Let's see, NiP are getting ready to attack the inner bomb site here. Coming in through the smokes here in the lower. Guardian spamming, gets a nice kill on Get Right. Opens up the round. friberg just pushing through, gets the first kill. Is he going to get more?
friberg has been on fire in this B bomb site, so I wouldn't be surprised. And the fact that he's so close is really cool, because Na'Vi might not be checking that close. They're pretty focused on the back of the bomb site and where the bomb is. So if they're just a little bit unfocused, that's going to be it. Oh, but actually he takes the kill anyway. Looked like friberg had the opportunity then. Now it's xizt and fifflaren left. 2-on-4 here. Edward very low on health. That bomb is ticking away. They got to move quickly. xizt gets the kill. fifflaren defending in a 1-on-3, and they do have kits. This is almost impossible for him to do. He peeks out. Wild flash. This. Oh no! He doesn't get the kill. That was very close. But it will be the counter-terrorist picking up the round. I mean, that looked like it was dead on.
It really did. But I do think Na'Vi still would have had time for another person to jump on the defuse if they would have been able to cover the cover fifflaren then. But 14-12, NiP on their last buy that they're going to be able to afford if they lose this round. So
yeah,
a big round. Na'Vi have a slightly more money, but they don't have rounds to play with. Zeus did not see that, I don't think. Did he?
No, he's walking right behind, though. This is... Oh, this does a double take and takes down xizt. Now they're all coming. He gets another one. Finally going to go down, but that's well worth the investment from Zeus's point of view. Actually, really well played. Now inside the bomb site. Guardian, the one defending. They're rushing down on him, and friberg again with the opening kill. Goes for another one. Very nearly gets it on Edward. He's going to go down subsequently to Get Right. Now Edward with... Actually, he burns Get Right to death. So there it is now. fifflaren 1-on-2 here.
It's gonna be really tough for fifflaren to win this round. I mean, the bomb's down right down in the site. It's actually getting tagged through the smoke down to just 30 health points, and it might actually even make sense at this point for fifflaren to save. But
he's not feeling it.
Let's see.
He really wants to go for it. See if he can be the hero here. Still some time left, 30 seconds for him, and he's got some grenades on him as well. They're already spamming through the smoke, but now that he cut that out, he might be able to walk in here and see if he can get the kill. Just needs to make this 2 1-on-1s instead of a 1-on-2. There's the first one now. Just one more headshot here. fifflaren, oh, so close, but xizt will take him down, and that is Na'Vi winning another very close round. But I mean, they're holding on, Lurrpis, right now.
Yeah, they're just not giving up, obviously. Nice play by Zeus here. Just double checks that no one's actually walking through the smoke. that he should kill first. Gets the double kill there. Smart play by Zeus. Zeus actually very similar to how he used to play in 1.6. He really was the first, I believe, the first person who really mastered playing behind the smokes in the wide walls area in Na'Vi.
Is that Get Right dropping a 30 bomb here in the second map? I think it is, and friberg's going to go down. The entry frag are gone. Edward picks up a kill on Forest as well. And actually, it's NiP with just pistols. They get the bomb down in that smoke towards the barrel. Very nicely done here from NiP. That's going to give them an $800 bonus, and it's still a 1-on-3, but that will be the end of it. Edward picking up a lot of kills. I think that's a triple for him in that round.
And that's 14-14 now. All of a sudden, Na'Vi with more money on the easier side of the map. This is going to be a close series.
If NiP loses 16-14, that would obviously be upsetting for... I mean, they've been looking very close to winning this for quite a while now, and Na'Vi only sort of barely hanging on. It's down to 1-on-1s at the end of the round, but they're still here, and the score is tied now. And did they pick up an AWP this time? Yes, they did. So maybe that's going to be the deciding difference. Guardian, if he hits that entry kill, that just might be it.
NiP going for a fast push, so they're mixing things up now.
Yeah, already down on Ivy. They run out. friberg opens up. The return from xizt immediately, and friberg is gone. Now they're waiting. Two people here from NiP. They're trying to look under the train, see what's going on, if they can get the position of anybody, and they do. Guardian is down. xizt is down. starix and zeus are left. 2-on-4. And this would put NiP not just at map, but also match point. Zeus will take down Forest, and it is not over yet. Actually, the bomb is dropped sort of out in the middle of nowhere man's land here.
starix does some damage to Get Right in Ivy. Still a tough 2v3, but the next kill is going to open up this round a lot.
starix has him locked in behind the electric box, tries to grenade his way out, but that's a very good position from starix. Takes him down. Now he's going to be walking back, and Get Right is here, and this is where Get Right is the absolute best, just waiting and timing things perfectly. Look, it just seems like he knows exactly what's about to happen, and he doesn't get the kill!
The shot on starix!
Wow, in spite of that really, really great positional play, he actually whiffed that shot.
That's very un-Get Right-like. Because he played that perfectly, like he always does, but just missed that easy shot there at the end. Still, 100 health for xizt. starix and zeus have 50 combined. He could still clutch this round here.
I think
he is going to be flanked here in the ladder room.
Realize it. Actually, that makes him turn around with that decoy. Gets the one there. xizt now 1-on-1, and one bullet on starix is going to end it. xizt sprays it, gets the headshot, and NiP 1 round away. 15 rounds here. Oh, that was not what Na'Vi needed.
No, that was not. That was, I guess in the end, bit of a poor timing from Na'Vi. The way they attacked from ladder room and the guy from Z allowed
a little bit too quick back in the studio.
Allowed xizt to take on him one at a time.
Na'Vi they don't have the best equipment for the last round, but they can still make it work. friberg rushing in. This is fast from NiP. Again, the opening frag. friberg seems to have been maybe 80% of the time him just opening up here in the B bomb site, and they are just barreling down on Na'Vi. They're not showing any respect. It's time for NiP to see if they can do this, but Na'Vi's holding on. This might actually be overtime. 3-on-3 is the situation. The bomb is down, and Na'Vi, they need to retake this. They gotta try and stay alive. Get Right pushing up. He's gonna, not get the kill. Edward with an incredible save. That timing was perfect. Forest trying to hold on from up top. He's looking for the kill. He's doing good damage. Na'Vi aren't defusing yet. It's a 1-on-2. Forest gets the kill. The defuse is happening. He's going to wait. Oh, and there it is. The overtime. Edward fully committed to that defuse. And now what is going to happen here, Lurrpis? I mean, does that change how this game plays out?
I mean, I think once we get into overtime and it all resets, you gotta give NiP the advantage here. Slight one, but just nice play by Forest here, getting these kills. Smart play, not peeking, but unfortunately, just happened to be the wrong play this time around. I mean, this game deserves to go to overtime.
Yeah, it does. It does definitely deserve to go to overtime. All right, are we gonna bring it back in the studio real quick? I think maybe while they save it for. All right, no, back to the studio. We're straight live again. So, overtime here, and the rules. It looks like it's gonna be MR3, and I guess 10,000 starting money, which is yeah, seems like it.
And team's not changing signs. NiP going for the same fast rush they just ran on the second to last round that won them around.
xizt burns fifflaren actually. Nicely done. Edward with the kill here. So a good start for Na'Vi in the overtime. Now it's going to be a 4-on-3 and up the ladder. Edward gets a kill. Now jumping down onto the train. He's looking for more. He's going to get more as well. And it's going to be down to Get Right. 1-on-4. And this might be too much even for the Swedish superstar here. Not easy. Edward. Wow. 4 kills. And look now. Na'Vi look fired up here. This might happen. This might still happen.
And a quad kill by Edward. What a way to start the overtime.
They still look hyper-focused at this point. You can't really blame them. This is the difference between Na'Vi pushing it to a third map or getting knocked out 2-0 of the grand finals.
And I'm not sure if anybody else can hear this through our mics or something. But there's actually people chanting Na'Vi now, right in front of our studio.
They're feeling it right now. But xizt goes down as the first man here, and the entry frag of Forest this time. I'd like to get some stats on how many entry frags friberg's got in the B bomb site for this game. That could be a fun stat, I think, because it seems like he's very successful doing that.
Quite a few. And let's see if Na'Vi can recover from losing the first man here in xizt. xizt has been a very good player for them too.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough pill to swallow. Looks like NiP still undecided on where they want to go. The bomb is still down by T-spawn right next to Forest, as 2 of their members try to take over the white wall area. 45 seconds left on the round.
One guy very nearly get his kneecaps shot off them, but he was just quick enough to fall back, and I think actually Guardian may have spotted that, so they should be ready for this push that's coming to the A bomb side. 3 people out here defending for Na'Vi, and they need every single one of them to step it up now. Get Right waiting, and he's going to go down. starix with an important kill. zeus gets 1. Edward gets 1. Excellent headshot on friberg. Forest tries to get it here. xizt going to get 1 as well. It's back to a 2-on-2. It's not done yet. Forest shooting starix in the knees, and it's going to be Guardian here. 1-on-2. He's got the AWP. I'm not sure they know where he is, and that might be the only thing working for him right now. Just creeping up.
It's a damn near impossible 1v2. And Forest with a nice headshot to finish that one off. And that's gonna be 1-1 here in the first overtime.
It looked like Forest was just actually pretending like he didn't know, and then he walked out with 100% determination to get that headshot. Like there was no doubt in his mind.
That's a sick shot by Forest there early on. So I didn't even see the first one. That means Forest actually got 4 kills that round.
Stunning round from Forest, no doubt about that. That makes it 16-16. Now the last round of the first half of the overtime is coming up. And currently we're looking for the first team to get 19 rounds. That's the number we're looking for here for either of the teams. That's the way the format works.
And I really think Na'Vi must win this round to really have a chance.
Agreed.
I mean, they had a good T side, yeah, sure. They won 3 weapon rounds, I think. Yeah. But the likelihood of them winning even 2 to tie it up if they lose this one is just very slim, as 2 first entry kills go to NiP's 2 superstars, Forest and Get Right.
Yeah, Guardian close, gets the 1 here. This is an important return. Get Right got that kill by opening up onto the up on the fence here. fifflaren takes down Guardian. Now it's on Edward. 1-on-4. He's in a good corner. He's going to try and save as much time, but that actually got him killed at the end. I mean, I think it was still, if you want to do a 1-on-4, you got to try something truly crazy like that. If you just shoot the first person that comes by, they know where you are and you're still in the 1-on-3, so not going to blame Edward for that one, but almost an unwinnable situation either way you look at it. starix, he was the first man to went down. He was just peeking with a smoke grenade. I mean, stood completely still. That seemed maybe a little bit too bold.
We see Forest and Get Right really stepping it up here in the second map of the grand final. 33 and 32 frags for the 2 of them in 33 rounds so far. So
yeah,
the superstars are definitely here to play.
friberg immediately picks up an auto sniper, and there's also an AWP and fifflaren, so NiP not wasting any time picking up the heavy artillery here. They got the money.
That actually puts a lot of pressure on NiP money-wise, because they spent so much money on this first overtime round.
Yeah, when 10,000 is starting, they lose this round, they could be out of money very quickly.
Well, I mean, they'd have to lose both, but if they were to lose 2 weapon rounds, that'd be enough for Na'Vi, essentially, because NiP would be flat out broke for the 3rd one.
If we go back to the Na'Vi, look at this, this is the smoke execute that we were sort of asking for the whole game, the whole first half. We were wanting Na'Vi to do this play, and now they're doing it. The smokes rain in, and they're going to be ready here at the A bomb site, down towards where the scope rifles are, and onto the site for the plant here. Nicely coordinated by Na'Vi. Let's see if it works or if it's going to be a failure. Already, Forrest with the pickoff, and there it is. Double kill from Forrest. Very nicely done. friberg chimes in. It's going to be xizt and Edward left. This push is not working so well right now. Edward's alone against 3 people from NiP. And I think they know where he is because GetRight's got him boxed in. Oh, this is going to be just a pure execution. He's going to walk up and GetRight takes the kill. No issue. 18-16. NiP have 2 more rounds to get just a single one. And they will knock Na'Vi out of this tournament.
Not only knock them out, they're going to win the tournament.
That too.
Two game points for NiP now here. As counter-terrorists on Train, I might add.
Yeah, the last time these teams met on LAN was for the SLTV Star Series finals, where, well, first of all in the upper bracket, Na'Vi won 2-0. Then in the finals they won 2-0 again. That was in Kiev in Ukraine. But this is Jönköping in Sweden, and it's NiP's home turf, and it looks like they just might be able to do it. They just need a single round, and that will be it. And they still have the auto sniper. They still have the AWP.
Just a slow round for Na'Vi. They definitely don't want to commit too early. It goes to the other end of the ladder room. Luckily for Edward, that would have been dangerous otherwise. Just Na'Vi playing super slow, super far back. Guardian still all the way back in spawn. xizt is going to be spotted by Edward, and he's going to get taken out there.
If that flash had been 1 second earlier, it felt like maybe Edward would have died instead. But yeah, good timing.
And Guardian also picks up Forrest. fifflaren replies on Zeus. And it's a 4-on-3 now in favor of Na'Vi. Actually make that a 3v3. I guess GetRight takes out starix.
friberg at the end. Auto sniper works. Now 3-on-2. xizt and Edward holding Na'Vi's tournament life in their hands. They get the 1 kill in. Edward with a great headshot. That's a double for him. Spraying away his GetRight and not hitting the shots. Well, oh, through the smoke! Yeah, are you kidding me? Now it's a 1-on-2. And Edward, he's going to have to get a quad here. Time is also running out. 20 seconds. He's trying to plant it. As soon as he steps up, oh, he actually unscopes fifflaren. A little bit of a misplay. He goes for another one. Edward's boxed in. And there it is. fifflaren takes the kill. And NiP, they are the champions for the Dreamhack Steel Series CSGO Championship here. Dreamhack Summer. Unbelievable play from them at the end.
Look at GetRight.
Oh man, yeah, it's Heaton's birthday just a few days ago, so I guess this is a pretty good way of celebrating as well. His team winning at the very end. And the crowd, they're on their feet as well. This is what they needed. And obviously an emotional moment for GetRight as well. I think they looked like they were getting worried at the end with overtime and all.
What a fantastic performance, really. I mean, GetRight in particular, who was actually, worried about his performance going into this finals, into this entire tournament, and he really stepped it up. He showed up in that finals when his team needed him most. He was there for them, and now, well-deserved win. Thorin, you were here. What did you think about this?
No exaggeration, GetRight's obviously the MVP of this final, because in the second map there, if he even does 5 less kills in that game, Na'Vi definitely wins the map, and we're going to 3 maps now. And now we're asking, like, oh, so the momentum gone from NiP and all that stuff. Instead, somehow they closed it out there. It looked touch and go towards the end of regulation, but they got there, and what a monster performance from GetRight overall.
The entire NiP lineup right there. I mean, this is why they are really sitting at the top. Forrest really close by, but also fifflaren stepping in with some key rounds to get the job done. xizt as well. I mean, really just everybody on the team pulling their weight.
And friberg with those entry frags towards that B-bomb side really had a lot to say as well. That was terrifying.
Well, I mean, that was something. I mean, this is it, the culmination of the tournament right here, and it did not disappoint. NiP take it 2-0 over Na'Vi, but we should be getting into the prize ceremony fairly soon here, and getting into Na'Vi giving them their second place check. Of course, we are over here in the studio, and this is happening over there, so we're trying to coordinate everything for you guys here, but we should be getting into it fairly short, because what we want to happen here is we want to obviously, hand out the prizes and get everything going there, but we also want to be able to get one of the team players from NiP, one of the NiP members over here for a quick player interview. So that's what's going to be happening here in just a moment's time. But guys, I do believe they should be ready to handle the second place ceremony here in just a moment.
Yeah, we should put it back on the actual stage just to see what's going on, because obviously still just waiting around here, and I mean, it must be a real relief after being through that much, it feels like. Oh. Yeah. Some team spirits coming up here, and Forrest with a pretty much classic Forrest face, it feels like.
I think it was the sign that did it. Easy skins, easy life. Forrest saw that. He knew he couldn't let that fan down. He had to make it
Well,
happen.
it turned out fifflaren was right. He said if we lose to a team in a final, we don't lose to them again next time.
Yeah.
Like they even told us, listen, we've got something prepared. Like we know, Friberg said we know how to play versus them. Well, you saw there on Inferno, that was a complete 180 from what had happened at Starladder. And then they actually picked Train. Okay, Na'Vi gave us a show, but in the end it was NiP that came out on top.
All right, well now, ladies and gentlemen, for second place here in the Counter-Strike Global Offensive Tournament of Dreamhack Summer, Na'Vi, a terrific performance from them, coming all the way through the group phase, taking out VP in the quarterfinals, Epsilon in the semis, and only just falling short in overtime to NiP. A very well-deserved second place here. Congratulations to them. $5,000 is what they will be going home with, but also they put up one hell of a fight. So
also they definitely proved themselves as one of the top teams in the world.
Absolutely.
This is now, first of all, outside of Cyber Arena, and it's the second consecutive tournament where they just go toe-to-toe with some of the world's best teams. So it's actually going to be really tough to rank the world's best teams after this event because of all the results that happened.
They've got a new notch on their belt as well. VP, the one team that they needed to beat on land to really claim that top-tier status. There it is. They've got VP lined up. But now let's take a look at our champions, Ninjas in Pajamas, once again defending their title, Dreamhack Summer. They have done it in 2 maps. Inferno, well done, but Train down to the wire. They wanted to make it interesting. They wanted to give you the show. But thank you very much to Steel Series for this first place prize, $10,000. NiP will be taking it home with them. And Heaton with the flag behind. This is it. Home turf, guys. They've done it all for you.
Damn, second year in a row here.
Now, second year, that's the beauty of it, right? Dreamhack Summer, they took it last year, and they're able to come back a year later and still show dominance, just able to bring a performance that took them through the entire tournament. Tough matches as well. They were in the stacked lower bracket, taking out Titan in the quarters. And we saw that as well. 3 maps there. Hellraisers, same story in the semis. And now they are able to do it in the finals, but only 2 maps. So they get better with age, I suppose. As the tournament progresses, they're like fine wine.
And they take their second title of the year as well. They're now the first team to actually have claimed 2 titles.
Copenhagen Games just a few months ago, and then this.
Going into the next events, I'm not really sure who can beat NiP now, because considering what they said about being ready for every team, it actually makes perfect sense when you think about it. And I mean, who else is there? Who's going to be the next team to dethrone them?
Okay, but we say that, but teams are playing NiP close. A lot of teams are playing NiP close.
They're playing them close.
So Titan played a great game against them. Hellraisers played an awesome game against them. Na'Vi had 1 map where they almost won it here. I think actually NiP is the best for me, and the consistency is there. No one can match it. But now they've actually, for the first time in the history of the game, they've got like 4 contenders who can potentially match up against them.
And I'm actually not in on Titan anymore. I've left that boat. I'm out of it. I think it's headed towards an iceberg.
You had a brief dalliance in that flip side boat.
I want no part of that.
And then the Hellraisers boat, you're on that one, but that one sunk as well.
All the boats have capsized.
Which
Lurrpis is just floating. He's got his little dinghy around him. Anders, what were you going to say?
I was just wondering, is there a point in time when, sure, NiP, they lose to a team, then they learn how to adjust and maybe beat them, but how many teams can they keep sort of in their library of teams that they can beat? You said like 4, but if, you get up to 6 or 7 teams that can potentially try and beat them, and they have to have strats, or at least try and memorize all the different play styles to face against them. Like, is there a point in time where it becomes too much for one in-game leader to try and have all that in his mind?
The reason why it's almost impossible to dominate the game of Counter-Strike is because if you do start to dominate and you're always the team who's in the final and you're winning, every other team makes their roster and makes their game to try and beat you because they know they have to beat you to win the tournament. So usually what happens is when they do finally beat you, then you get knocked off and you have to adopt your game. So that's, if you're the best in-game leader ever, you can keep getting back to the top, keep getting back to the top. But eventually teams will dethrone them because of that process. You see how it plays out when they even were on top.
That's true, and it's been quite a time. There was 3, 4, 5 months, I believe, where NiP were really struggling to try and find a new style game. This is when fifflaren took the reins of in-game leader. He was the one leading the team, did fairly well, but they weren't quite there. It wasn't until xizt came back into it, and then they were able to walk in and take Copenhagen Games after, a 5-month streak of not quite getting there, but still top 4 finishes. It's just like, okay, we're talking about a team, they haven't won in 5 months, but by the way, they've still made the semifinals in every major land.
Yeah.
So that is one hell of a track record for
But
NiP
I mean,
right
I
there.
think the key thing for NiP was when they had that streak where they hadn't won in a few months, then they'd only won 1 and they kept getting to the final and losing. That's when every other team in the world, I think, would have at least considered a roster change. Like LGB was on the rise,
Certainly.
Fnatic had won. Oh, maybe we take a strong player here. Maybe we remove fifflaren. Maybe we remove xizt if he doesn't want to be the in-game leader anymore. Try someone else. Instead, NiP realized actually a very shrewd point, which is if you're always getting to the final, but you're always losing to a different team, it's actually not that you're not good enough. there's obviously some sort of performance issue there. You're good enough because you always beat the other teams. You just don't beat one different team each time. So they stuck with it. They've fixed it now. And then out of the last 3 events, they've won 2 and come top 2 at the other one. So I think like actually it's a good message for the other teams out there in the world who want to be the best in the world. Like, it's not always a roster change you have to go for.
I agree completely. Anders, what do you think?
Actually, I just want to say this before we end because I think it's important, and not that we have to end right now, but just
we
just
got
to show the
friberg on the way.
So just anyway, before we forget it, I think we should give a really, really big shout out to our guy who's been observing today, Gunnar, who's been observing for basically 15 hours. He's the only one. Everyone else has had time to have a break, but we have this one observer who's been stuck in production the whole day. So a really big shout out to Gunnar. That's some incredible work. So just before we forget, because I know otherwise we will.
Big shout out to Nicholas and the rest of the crew.
And everyone else
We're not
too.
going to forget about all you guys.
Yeah, there it is.
Nicholas.
Yeah, so friberg's on his way.
Yeah, friberg is on his way. But, I mean, the thing is that the Extreme Arena is on the other side of the event. So it is going to take him a couple of minutes to get over here, but they are running him this way right now.
So, I mean, talking about new top teams and Na'Vi now potentially cementing their position in that with this, close to win, at least on train, and doing pretty well overall in the tournament. What about Hellraisers putting NiP on our 3rd map? Does that mean, would you put them up there as well, or did they need to make the grand finals for that to happen?
Well, Hellraisers are still somewhere in the top 8 because they didn't actually go through enough top teams yet. What's going to be really interesting now is Na'Vi attending ESCA as well as NiP, and Virtus Pro is also going to be there. So actually that event just got a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we'll just see how it plays out there.
That's the thing. I mean, now he's made it. We have friberg from Ninjas in Pajamas. Please come up. So we have friberg from Ninjas in Pajamas. I mean, friberg, again, well, you want to take, I'll go ahead and give you control of the interview.
Long walk here.
Yeah, man, you made it, though. You made it. Just like you made it to the championship, and you ended up taking up the title 2-0. And you guys did mention, that you were confident going into it. I mean, was there any time in this match where you were thinking, okay, well, we may be losing control here?
I think we did in the start of CT when I think they had a 5-0 lead. We got a lot of kills on the EQ rounds where we did. So we tried to force buy really early at CT, just to turn the economy back on our side, since we killed a lot of them during the ecos. But and then I really thought fuck. Train might be a really tough one.
Well, okay, let's come back to that first round, actually, because we had, just a terrific beginning to that, start to that round with fifflaren and his just destruction of Na'Vi. But then Na'Vi were able to come back into the round. Talk us a bit through what happened there and what was going through your team's minds.
After Robin got the first 3 kills, there were a lot of noises. We couldn't really hear where they were. Mm-hmm. So we tried to find, we all were, ran at them, trying to kill them, but we had no idea where they were. So they were pushing the bomb trains, and train is really if you run behind the trains, between the trains, it's really tough to find them. And we didn't find them; they found us, right? So I don't know. We kind of threw that one away. We could have just played safe, just
patient.
Yeah,
playing patient. You felt like you needed to really just get that same, especially after such a strong performance.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of momentum, right? Yeah. He got 3 kills, only 2 guys left. We just tried to run at them, but they got us.
Hi, Anders.
So at the end of the map on Dust 2 against Hellraisers, you had that crazy round where it seemed like you just went all in and rushed and got the 4 kills. And actually, there were a few rounds here, especially in the overtime, where you guys went really quickly towards the end, and you were rushing down some rounds into the B bomb site really quickly. And it seems to happen mostly at least based on these 2 maps, at the end of the game. Is that a new NiP philosophy, going super aggressive towards the end?
No, not really. I just think it's playing a bit random, I guess. If you've been playing slow for a couple of rounds, they might not suspect that you're running, just run at them. As I did the last round on the T side of train, I just ran down lower B, just got the enter frag on the guy standing on 3rd train, but even though we lost the round, it's we took him off guard, right? I got the frag on him. Yeah. Even though we lost the round, shit happens, but I mean, it's, just doing stuff that people don't really expect, because you've been playing a lot of rounds. It's the end of the game, so just taking it off guard, I guess.
Fifflaren told me this theory not too long before this event, actually, that NiP had analyzed things, and your theory was even if we lose to someone in a final, we won't lose to them again in another final. We'll figure out how to play versus Virtus Pro, Fnatic. You mentioned as much yourself in the interview after the semi-final, we have some ideas of how we're going to play against them. How much of that do you think came into play in the final? Was it similar to what you were expecting? Did your new strategies work?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you lose to a team, you really analyze the game and see, I mean, how did they beat us, right? And before Starladder, we really had no clue how they played. We knew they were playing a bit slow, but we had like no clue in general what they did. And losing a game against a team only makes you stronger, in my opinion. I mean, of course, it's really sad to lose like a final, as we did in the Starladder, but you learn a lot from it. Like, you take everything with you that you lost. Like, when you lose a game, you take more with you than if you would win it, right? You take more like what went wrong and what went right, like in the game. When you win, it's kind of like, yeah, guys, we won, woo! But when you lose, it's like, what we did do wrong, right? So I think, yeah, that's a big point. Like, when we lost the final, we analyzed it, like, why did we lose? How do Navi play? If we play them again, what should we do? And we did it here, and I think it worked out really well.
So, Lurrpis, you brought up this point about the ESCA finals. If Virtus.pro is coming and Navi is coming to that finals as well, and the American teams, how do you feel about that constellation of teams in one tournament?
It's going to be a great tournament, I guess. Sad that Titan got dropped out as well. Otherwise, it could have been an even better tournament. But I mean, IBA Power has been showing themselves to be really strong as well. They won the CEVO, I think, without losing any game, and they have a new lineup with Steel joining them again. So yeah, we are playing Complexity on the first game, I believe, since they finished off 4th in that league. But I mean, the teams there are really strong, all of them, and we're gonna go back now and practice before ESCA. I mean, we haven't really looked into the American teams yet, but I think we will do it in the next couple of days, just to get a clue of how they play and what we can do against them to win.
You had to go through a really hard bracket. You went through Titan, you went through Hellraisers, then Navi in the finals. Obviously, you played a lot against Virtus.pro previously. How do you think these other teams actually measure up? Obviously, like, you're the clear #1 in the world right now, I would say. So how do you think these other teams measure up? Because it's actually really tough to rank anybody else. Titan has been really inconsistent all of 2014. They basically have no other good results except for Dreamhack Stockholm. Virtus.pro sort of looked to be going downhill recently. Navi coming up, but they only have 2 good results to their name. So how do you think all these teams measure up?
I think it's really random, I guess. I think if a team that haven't really playing well, like, they go back to the drawing board, they fix a lot of things, they have the individual skill necessary, and they fix the tactics and setups and everything. I think any team that you don't want to suspect be a top team, I think they can be. I mean, you practice against like a lot of the teams that will play here during the tournament, so everyone have a clue how to play against each other. That's the thing. So if like there would be a team that would be like coming just not practicing in the top teams, just fixing everything, I mean they could surprise everyone. Kind of like I mean Epsilon and okay, not Epsilon. I mean SK, yeah, SK and maybe Lemon Dogs, even though they might be in a mix. But you mean people? It's hitting from below, I guess. Like, you don't expect them to be good. They'll beat you eventually, I think.
Probably the most frustrating thing if you're a top team is actually to keep reaching the final but keep losing. And even more so if you lose to a different team each time. It's not even like you've got one person to focus on. When you were in this period where you had this dry spell of tournaments, or you won one and then you lose another, was there ever any thought in mind of like, maybe we have to make a roster change to get back on top? Maybe someone wants to retire, maybe the old lineup doesn't work like it used to?
Not in our team. I mean, I should hit that fly, right?
Yeah.
No, don't.
Oh,
Thank
shit.
you.
I'm a killer now. Oh well.
Real life ban in game.
Yeah, sorry guys.
That poor fly.
I'm
What did that
an
fly ever
animal
do to you?
friend, I promise you.
Thorin.
Okay, the question was roster change. That's right. Yeah. So
Or someone retiring or something to change the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even discussed that. I mean, we are all very good friends in the game and outside of the game. We're really confident in criticizing each other. If we have any like flaws or everything that we need to fix, or any good things and everything, like, we just tell each other. We're so good friends that we can be open with each other and help us improve. And we have nothing really to, like, no one is getting. People are saying, yeah, you're getting too old, blah blah blah. I think that's kind of old school. I mean, we can have it as a daily job, and this is probably the best job in the world that I could have at least. So I mean, as long as I am good enough to play, I will probably. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I think we are really strong, and I think that's the thing that makes us so strong. I mean, we have good individual players, but I think it's mostly the friendship, like how close we are to each other, how constructive criticism we can give to each other, right? I mean, yeah, we have no problems at all just talking throughout the team and fixing everything that we need to fix.
Well, clearly it's a winning strategy, friberg. Let's see. But I think this is when we say goodbye. Congratulations and thank you so much for the interview. And if you have anything to say to all the fans who have tuned in to watch your win here tonight, please go ahead.
Yeah, I would definitely like to thank all the fans that cheered for us in the Dream Arena. They helped us a lot. We probably would have won anyway, but I mean, they did a lot, and it's so nice to play in front of a crowd that's really cheering for us, and we're not really used to it when we play abroad. But here in Sweden, we have such a great fan base. I've been seeing a lot of people walking around with NiP shirts here on Dreamhack, and everyone wants to come take a picture and everything like that. And I think it's just so awesome that we have such a great fan base here in Sweden. And of course, I would like to thank our sponsors for helping us doing this full time. We love you guys, and also to Emil and Gustav for doing NiP. Awesome.
All right, well, just to say, you had 127,000 people more than that actually watching you guys take that final. So congratulations on that, and best of luck at ESEA that's happening just at the end of the month.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Did we have 127,000 people watching?
Yeah,
our $30,000 tournament.
That was in the Dreamhack. That was just on the Dreamhack stream, and then I guess you have the foreign languages as well.
That's a pretty good measurement of Counter-Strike's popularity.
I think we need to start a tip jar though.
Yeah.
Put in $1 each.
No,
pretty sick tournament.
It's not even that. It's like, okay, let's buy more keys, right? And then maybe a major will happen.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. All right. Well, that is going to be it from us here, guys, at the desk. It's been a real pleasure to have hosted, casted, basically brought you this show and brought you these games, shared these games with you guys all. So, I mean, big thanks to you guys, Thorin, Lurrpis, Anders, for taking part, and for Thorin for bringing your expert analysis and Quip.
You make it sound like it's
punchy commentary. Yeah, Lurrpis for the analysis.
So you mean the popcorn-worthy moments? Yeah.
Right. Wait. Where's my thing?
You make it sound like it's over, but there's the after party, Semmler.
There we go. So there is the after party, and that's where we're going to be going now, because apparently we are in Jönköping, but Twitch have got a place that actually is going to be open nearly all night.
Secret
versus
location,
like 2
though,
o'clock, right?
Secret location, apparently.
This is going to be the place to be. But of course, before we go, big thanks to our sponsors, the ones that made this all possible as well, SteelSeries and Need for Seed. Without them, this just wouldn't have happened. So big thanks to them for their support, and hopefully, we'll see more support from them in the future. Get bigger tournaments. I mean, clearly, we deserve it. On that note, good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
The competitors and rivals are on the highest level of mental concentration during the tournament.
Fnatic and Steelers have been working together since 2008, and it's been a hell of a ride. We are being presentable at the highest level tournaments out there. I think that comes from a very open and flexible mindset towards practice. Yeah, you need to find some methods that match the player, the individual, and the team.
The central eye tracker is a really important thing for the gamers right now. Basically, you can analyze and track data.
We have so much data, so many numbers, so many figures that teams like us should use way more wisely than we do right now. That's when a product like the xizt Sentry is going to be really exciting. You can analyze what I'm looking at, and then you can try to kind of re-hardwire your brain in a sense that's going to improve your game in the future.
Practicing is the most important thing, especially before the huge tournaments, and I think Sentry Eye Tracker might become a game changer to get the best data out of it.
By using the xizt Sentry in a game and then looking at the replay, you get so many insights. What you did wrong, what you did right, how many fixations did your eye had per minute. Stuff like that is super important, but it's very hard to actually understand if you don't have a tool such as the xizt Sentry.